Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Rolldown, the TFT Esports podcast, where we talk about everything from the grassroots to the pro scene, from the couch to the crown. My name is CLE, your host for the show, joined as always by Gangly, who is still awaiting his 2-star child.
That's right. Any day now. More dog, please. One time. We've been rolling for days and cannot find this child.
Wait, do you have twins coming?
No.
Oh, it's just
I
number
have
3?
two other kids,
Oh.
and then
Also-
the third is... today is the due date, by the way. Today is literally the due date of
You're stuck on pair, yeah.
Yeah, I am stuck on pair. So any minute now, I mean, there's a chance that I get a call, and I am
then he's
leaving
gotta
this,
go,
this
yeah.
stream. Yeah.
That's true. If so, we'll just duplicate Wigwugg, because you guys are the same.
Yeah, just flip the cam mirror and then
Yeah,
it'll be
just
the
mirror
same.
it, yeah. Good
It'll
enough.
be fantastic. Also joining us on the show are two new Set 17 TPC representatives, which Broseph's back, but Wigwugg is here for the first time. So congratulations to you both. Welcome to the show. The Rolldown being able to now jump on the show as members of the TPC and be able to talk trash about all of your opponents live on air. Broseph, are you excited?
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Good. Wigwugg, we're so excited to have you. I don't know how many people actually know of you because your rise to the top was so fast. It feels like this set, all of a sudden, you're just like S tier in my eyes, at least.
You don't notice when he's close. You don't notice when he's close. He like choked day 3 in last set. Otherwise, he would have easily been in regionals, I think.
Yeah, I regret that one. But yeah, so this set is my first regionals, and I did like go first on the first weekend, of course. But I think I was like effectively regionals ready last set. I probably could have gone for the ladder snap if I like was locked in from the start of the set. And then this set I was going for the ladder snap and would have had it, but I got the week 1 slot, so I would have double qualified. And regarding like my rise to the top, I feel like to me, if you watch like this set without nameplates, like if you watch all of tier 2, you know how every player did in ladders and cups, in ladder and each cup, but you don't see their player name, so you don't know who it was. Like your top 3 would have to be me, Malala, and Broseph. So I see like just off results this set, I definitely had to be like top 3 tier 2 in that sense, like without any like historic performance references. So yeah, I feel pretty good about that.
Good, because coming into week 2, you're probably gonna need that confidence with the TPC players that we're joining and all this stuff, but we're going to talk about that as we move along. Let's first talk about this past weekend, because for you two, you played in week 1 of the regional finals. We see with this graphic on screen that the play-ins, which neither of you guys were in on the left side, but you guys were in the week 1 area. Broseph qualifying through ranked ladder, and then Wigwugg qualifying through TAC Cup 1, but you also would have qualified through ladder also. And so being able to qualify there is fantastic. What did you guys think about starting in week 1 versus play-ins?
Oh, like I'm gonna voice some opinions on this podcast today. I think that Riot and like the organizers should really consider the way that they allocate it, because I think it's really important. I think the play-ins ends up really, really stacked a lot of the time and can often be harder than your week 1 lobbies even. And any player that advances into week 1, or even any pro circuit player, in my opinion, has some reasonable percentage chance to get eliminated in play-ins. So I think that like really examining what qualifies you to play-ins, what qualifies you to ranked ladder is really big. Because I had a bunch of friends who played in play-ins, and I know for sure. I mean, I got eliminated last time to some bad variants, and I think I would not have 100% chance of making it through. I think it would be like much closer to 70, and that's like a kind of generous even.
Yeah, I largely agree with that. I mean, if you just look at the qualification methods, you'll see ladder just primarily feeds into play-ins, and then tournaments primarily feed into week 1, and a lot of top players will tell you that ladder just shows a lot more consistency and high-level play. Even if someone is really good in tournament, it could either be because they got lucky for a few games, or because the patch just worked well for them, and historically they will not back that up, as in they cannot hit high LP on ladder. Like, it's always going to be believable that like the top 5 on ladder will win a cup or go top 8 in a cup, but I would have a lot of trouble believing that all 8 people who go top 8 in the cup could hit like 1500 plus LP and make those snapshots.
I have a question. that is adjacent to what we're talking about, but not really what we're talking about. But because we have Broseph and Wigwugg, I want to throw it out there. We talked when we had Wage and Iverson on. Wage had proposed this idea that, I mean, is probably because he wants his friend to make it into TPC, but also I thought was pretty reasonable, where he felt like Malala's performance this set in Tier 2 was so far beyond the average Tier 2 player that he felt it was a shame that there was no way for a Tier 2 player to automatically promote into TPC. Do you think that there should be a way to bypass regional finals as a promotion to TPC?
Yeah, the way would be to bring back QP in some capacity and to distribute QP for ladder performance across the snapshots, and then whoever is the best across both, if they do not make it in through regionals, they should make it in through that vector instead. That's what I think. That's how I think it should be organized.
So one slot where QP stems from ladder and both cups. So the idea would be that you don't need to play ladder, you don't need to play both cups, but
well, you have to play both. Yeah.
Well, no. But because the whole thing is with this current format, their idea was like, hey, we want Tier 2 to be accessible to the player who is really good, but doesn't have the time commitment to commit to an entire set. But if they commit for 2 weeks, grind really hard, have a strong performance in a cup, they can now earn a ticket to regional finals. I think that the balance there would be finding, like, you know, does adding one slot that requires someone to play in both cups and grind ladder, is there too much tension fighting against the system that they've built up? Personally, I think no. I would actually like to see that. I think there should be one slot allocated toward bypassing regional finals for Tier 2.
And it's not like they're not already collecting all that data, right? They're doing ladder snapshots, so you already have that.
Yep.
And obviously the cups are already running, so just make a spreadsheet and get a formula out there, and we could do that for sure. And I think there's some merit to that, because right now, with 16 slots already being taken up from TPC this set rather than 12 last time, it's already harder to promote to week 2 and to Tier 1 because there's so few slots. Now, this time around, and I'm going to skip forward a little bit on my slideshow, we see who made it and who didn't. And this time around, not like last regionals, we had a lot of success from the Tactician's Cup and little success from those that are fighting from the bottom of the TPC this set. Do you guys think that has anything to do with the format of the TPC, or just a bad weekend of performance? Wigwugg, what are your thoughts on that as you played against these players this weekend?
Yeah, I think the first thing that has to be highlighted is the sample size is small enough that, like, in 2 sets, you kind of expect it to, like, swing one way or the other just by pure chance. Like, to me, if you look at the TAC Cup 2 people who made it through, not to say they made it by chance, but it's like it was incredibly close, right? Reddy and who were incredibly close to not making it. And let's say those 2 didn't make it. Now we're looking at 2 other players potentially coming from Pro Circuit, perhaps, who requalify, and then the story seems to be entirely different, when in reality it was like 2 points on either of those players would completely change how we're looking at this image. So I think it's like not that significant. I will say I think the gap between like the bottom of Tier 1 and Tier 2 and top of Tier 2 is truly non-existent, and it wouldn't make any sense to even suppose like that the top of Tier 2 isn't better than the bottom of Tier 1. Like, I think that's almost a given at this point.
Especially considering what we've seen out of like the... I mean, this is not to label everyone who's at the top of Tier 1, because there are players who are still trying that just don't have great sets, but every single set of the TPC, we've seen the bottom kind of be made up of players who are just not taking the game seriously for the entirety of the set. And in those cases, obviously, the majority of top players in Tier 2 are all going to be in much better form than then.
Yeah, it's not even just not trying. It's like the way it's set up, it like kind of dangles the idea that like, oh, ladder doesn't really matter. I promise you, ladder matters and playing matters. It like playing all those games, getting those reps in, especially on a hard set that requires you to be able to execute well and know a lot of things about different lines. Like playing a lot matters a lot. I know Dehua, who unfortunately got cut, like he said, like if I played 200 more games of ladder, I wouldn't be making those like normal execution mistakes on things that were easier to forget, and I would have at least had a fighting chance to make it through.
I thought very similarly about Milk. I know, Broseph, you've probably coached Milk and tried to help him as much as you could, but watching this guy, we watched him on broadcast for the first game when he went first, and then he just went 8-8-8 and was out of the play-ins. And I just think about, and I was talking to Gangly about this earlier because he hasn't played too much of this set, just because, there's not as much reason for him to be an expert in the set because of not casting as much. But I was telling him, I was like, first of all, this set's really hard. Second of all, this patch is even harder if you don't already have the context of before and the whole trait web, because now there's actually 100 units to play. It feels like, because they're so easy to unlock now. What do you guys feel about having this new patch? Wigwugg, I especially want to ask you because of your series of tweets that you did have at Mortdog. What were you had a roller coaster of thoughts about this patch going into regionals?
I'll take it from my perspective. So last set I fought tooth and nail to try and make regionals, and I slipped up and failed at the last moment. And then you're sitting there and you're watching regionals and you're like, I wish it was me. But then instead of seeing like absolute cinema where everything's entertaining and feels good and all the good players show insane performances, I just watch 3 people roll for mech every game. And that is just not what you like to see. And then this set, I qualified in my first regionals, and my absolute worst fear is that it's like last regionals, and instead of getting to showcase any talent or have any fun, I just have to sit there and either play mech or get railed by mech or something in between that's also not pleasant. So the fact that they were putting out a mid-set level patch, it looked like, or like at least half a mid-set, maybe a quarter set then, made me immediately worried that it wouldn't be
actual
balanced,
set.
that they would not land like enough things in the balance spin. But I read the notes and I looked for what I was worried about, and there weren't that many things, but I was like, surely something's going to pop up that's going to like ruin everything. And then afterwards, I played the patch on Project PB a lot. I played the patch a lot. I looked at the notes a lot. I did a lot of theory, and I couldn't find anything wrong. The game was too fun, so I had to fill in this apology form and tweet it to Mortdog. And I'm very happy it aged perfectly as well. It did not age badly whatsoever. This was entirely like, I just opened up Twitter and I was like, yeah, time to apologize to Mort. I didn't want to make it too serious, so I used this form to do it. But like, I was very, very against these changes. I thought there was no way they'd balance them, but they are truly, truly the greatest patch I have played. So I'm in.
Gangly, can you give me a dramatic reading of this apology form?
No, that's all you. You got it.
Anyway, all it is just a really funny post from Wigwugg saying that he's sorry and that Soju and Daysik convinced him that this was going to be terrible, and he didn't actually read the thing, and Mercury's in retrograde, and you were jealous of Mort's beard. So
I was.
All these things are true. Honestly, same. Anyway, that's besides the point. So, new patch coming in. Broseph, how did you feel about it?
I was excited from the start. I think there was a lot of stuff to learn, a lot of stuff that was new, but I think that the way that they were making the game kind of more flexible was like really, really interesting. I didn't do that much of I didn't take advantage of that much this weekend, quite frankly, but I knew like how all the lines worked and stuff like that. And I thought the patch was like really fun. Your options were always really wide and diverse. And I think that, I think the biggest change is that on a specific kind of line or a specific kind of opener, you now have a lot of choices in the tiers of comps that you're going to play. So you have access to, on every line, you can play 5 cost level 9. You can play 4 cost level 8. You can play 3 cost or even 2 cost on basically every line that exists. And I noticed that people were kind of underutilizing the like 2 and 3 costs. So like if people were playing 3 costs, it was good for me to play different 3 costs. And playing those comps more, or playing what people weren't playing, gave me a pretty significant advantage in, if not the cap to my board, because those AP boards cap really, really high, but at least in my consistency across the weekend.
I remember watching a few games where you just played something that I just thought was weird.
I played first game. I played Draven Laura's reroll. Yeah,
that was one of the specific ones I was thinking about because there were so many people rerolling 3 costs.
Yep.
Or I can't even remember. I think there's 8 unique 3 costs across that lobby. 3 cost 3 stars.
Yep.
And you basically played. I think you had 3 or 4 of them in that game. And it was just a really good 4th, right?
Yep.
Especially
that strong force, all you need. Yep.
And yeah, when 16 people are promoting from 40 people, you don't really need to go first every game. Just kind of farm your top 4s, get through. It's a good time. I want to talk a little bit about the scores and the journey through the tournament a little bit, but I want to start here because I just want to say I did it. I'm not getting fired. We may have lost fantasy. Well, Gangly lost.
No. We not only lost fantasy, we got absolutely railed by chat in fantasy. It was perhaps the least close fantasy draft anyone has ever encountered in their life. And it was not my fault because, again, Milk's tweet made it sound like he was coming home and then was going to play Infinite TFT in this.
I just muted you. But it's probably really funny.
Go on.
Anyway, predictions went well. I mean, it went well for both of us for sure. Reddy making it through was Gangly's favorite pick of the whole postseason here, and obviously Broseph and Wigwugg for me. Dank Memes was very close. Had the most unfortunate game of all time, I think. It was tough, and it just kind of knocked him out. But let's take a look at the scoreboard. Obviously, it's pretty small on your screen, but we want to talk about kind of the journey and specifically looking towards the top where Wigwugg was rank 1. And actually, I want to ask you both this question because you guys, Broseph, you got tiebreakered out of the first cut.
I got tiebreaker out of the first cut. Yeah, we tied the first tiebreaker, and then I lost a number of seconds. Actually, no. They had 3 wins. I had 2. Never mind. Not that one.
Okay. How important was it for you guys to want to get out in 8 games rather than having to keep playing?
It was all right. Like, I didn't mind playing more. I think that the games I got on day 2 were not as lucky as the ones on day 1. And like pulling out every placement you could get was the goal for me. I knew that like I needed about between a 5 and a 6. If I averaged between a 5 and a 6 every game from there, I would still make it. So I was just like, I was riding the course. I did like a mental trick in my mind where I was like, I'm not playing to get out now. I'm playing to get 18 points in 6 rounds. That's not that bad.
Makes sense. And you did it. You got up the next cut. But Wigwugg, what was your mindset going in?
I just said I'll keep playing well. I think I'm playing better than most of the field. Like, technically I finished first. That doesn't mean I played the best, in my opinion. Like, I had quite a few games where I was given things that no one should be given. But I think that I just let my strengths shine through, and I did high roll, and that let me go first. But I think most of the time I was supposed to make it. In that 7th game, I was playing for a solid top 4, and then I got given like a spot to win the game. So I was like, okay, I'll just play to win the game. And the game afterwards, I knew if I won stage 4, I could make it out with how much health I had. So I just played 7 Noxus, and yeah, it was enough to get my 4th, which I knew would guarantee me to pass through. I mean, honestly, I don't want to call out Broseph here, but I watched your games on day 2, and you very much committed to like the I'm going to go 6th and collect by 3 points this game, and say I will get 18 points by going 6th every single game. And if that incident did not happen to Dank Memes, you actually would have missed that cut, I believe.
No, I would have needed to play more games, yeah.
Yeah, you would have kept getting passed down, and not to say you wouldn't have made it, but it would have been very unfortunate risks that you had to keep playing around. So,
yeah.
Was there anyone that got tiebreakered out?
Yes,
every
Malala.
cut?
Yes, yeah. Malala. So I was gonna say
Malala got double tiebreakered out into 8-8.
So.
Yeah.
It was that study group is both the most blessed study group and also the most cursed, right? And that's what happened with Minhee last set.
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty funny because Malala literally would have made it in that. I think it was the first cut, the tie for
Top
45. He was the guy who was like. I think of games a lot as like who's supposed to win certain rounds, who's like owns certain stages. Malala was one of the guys who was supposed to win that game, and only because I Giga high rolled and saw Ordon 4-2 in one roll and Kalista 2. That is the only reason I won that game when I was playing for top 4. He was supposed to win that game, and then that would have given him a bonus point for which he would have made that top 4 cut with me, instead of being tied for 45, missing that cut, and then proceeding to go straight down and end in 20th. So, yeah, it's crazy how close that is. And that determines next set he's just on tier 1. Because literally because I rolled once and saw Kalista 2 or 1. That is one of the reasons Malala misses, which is just diabolical to think about. So
that cutoff of 17th through 20th makes me so sad to look at Kiyun, Bobsera, Ripple, and Malala. And obviously, you know, like I am happy for the people who qualified in. I'm very happy to see Ego back in tier 1. Ready with someone who I was rooting for all set long. But man, those 4 losing their spot in that final game, it's tough, especially for Malala, who it really felt like Malala was back, you know, kind of chasing that high again from set 10. Like it's one of the sad parts about TFT where yes, you have to play very well as often as you can, but like at the end of the day, your entire season will come down to just a handful of spots. And man, if it doesn't go your way, it's just over and you got to try again next set. So I hope it's not too discouraging for Malala. I do want to see him in the TPC.
I think there's few people in all of regionals that deserve it. I would definitely deserve tier 1. I think it's Malala and Dank Memes are probably the 2 that I look at. It was like, yeah, these guys are in tier 2 again, but like, as Wigwugg was probably saying earlier, probably people that have that clearly tier 1 talent. Are there anyone else on this list that you guys look at of like, they literally just got RNG'd out of regionals and so they didn't make TPC?
It is not showing on this list, but to me, I would say those are like my top 2. Oh, we do have the list now. I'm looking at 11th place, 11 Lumen here. Anyone who saw 11 Lumen's exit knows that that game is truly not supposed to go that way, and 11 Lumen, in my opinion, is one of the absolute best players of like this regionals, like top 10 in my opinion, I think. So, and he played very well in that spot, and then there's just one mistake. He was informed that Rise could unlock Baron, and Rise cannot unlock Baron, so he just proceeds to go I think it was 7th instead of 1st or 2nd.
Yeah.
So, and that's literally because of how punishing this format is. That literally takes him from like top 6 to bottom 6. Like that's how far the swing is. I think the play-ins format is way too coin flippy and should be completely axed or reworked in some way. That's like my personal opinion. Just knowing like how few games that is, if you just visualize the placement curve of like what you expect, even an incredibly good player can just have one bad thing happen. That game is just completely overweighted. Not to mention, the bottom quartile gets cut after 4 games, which is just outright silly. Like these players work the entire set to make play-ins on ladder, for example, and then they get cut after 4 games because one of those games didn't go well, and the other 3 they were playing for 4th already. And even if they go like 5, 5, 4, 8, like they're out. So
yeah, there's something about the play-in format that feels like if they're going to keep this format, I feel like you shouldn't have to work as hard to get into it. You know what I mean? Like if they want to have some high variance volatile format to get into week 1 with like only 8 slots, I don't think it should be that you're like grinding all set on ladder or that you are the bottom X number of slots in cup. Like it feels like it's a very false promise there where it's like you have to grind super hard, you narrowly miss by 1 placement in a cup, and your fallback reward is that you get to play in like a super coin flippy event. If they wanted something like this, I almost wonder if it's just better to do like an actual last chance qualifier tournament again, you know, and go back to that.
Yeah, make the ladder at the end of the set actually count. It's like exciting to watch. It's exciting to watch like as it's happening on the ladder. It's exciting to watch in the tournament. It like feels like a better thematic fit. I would like to see something like that. Yeah.
Well, and this is usually what we look up at the end of the show, but Tactician's Cup 2 was ended September 6th through 8th.
Yeah.
And after that's over, tier 2 it's done.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember looking at the start of set and I was very, very upset. The fact that they go with 2 cups, no QP for tier 2, and then if you don't make regionals, you have a full 1 month vacation, not only before next set, but before regionals even starts, is just a brutal format to have.
Yeah.
I'm down for LCQ. Bring it back.
I mean, it makes sense, right? You could even do it with some of the TPC players.
Yep.
I don't know how that would work, but you could, right? You can make it a qualified to a TPC, a tournament that's pre-regional finals. I don't know. That's so many tournaments then at the end of the set, but I think it's the play-ins format. Either week 1 just needs to be expanded, right? And make it so it's not as coin flippy on day one? Or there's got to be a better tournament, right?
Yeah, I mean, they have commented in the past. Play-ins exist for the purpose of making sure that tier one has like a bottom cut to play for. Like, you'd rather go to week one than to play-ins. That's kind of the goal of it, and that in itself seems like a justifiable cause. But at the end of the day, the fact that like the play-ins day has to be such a coin flip makes me feel like there must be a better way to incentivize these players to keep working hard in tier one, even if they can't make that week two cut.
I think it just comes down to whether or not one extra weekend of play is viable. Like if it's too much for players to commit to one full additional weekend of play, then I don't think they have many other options. But if that is feasible, then you just expand it into what was the old LCQ, which if anyone isn't familiar, it was 16 players over the course of 2 days, 6 games each day.
I'd be
traditional
very happy
format.
With that.
So I could see a world where
that.
Yeah, they do like bottom 4 TPC. You go to LCQ, and now it's 12 players can qualify into the LCQ, and then top 8 move on to. Well, I guess actually, if it's top 8 qualifying in, you don't need a 2-day event.
I would look at a 24 player 2-day 12-game gauntlet with a couple of cuts along the way. Probably cut top 4, bottom 4 after day 1, and then yeah. I think that the biggest thing that also allows is it lets Friday of regionals week 1 be used as a part of an 18-game gauntlet, which just makes it even more skill based as opposed to like just small sample equal high variance, right? So I would really appreciate a format like that.
I think these are all great discussions and good things for the general public to hear, and also for the tournament organizers to hear. But we also know that they've continued to innovate in this space. There is no game like TFT that runs tournaments like this. I was talking to Natures this weekend, and we were like, how would you describe this format where there's top cut, bottom cut? I was like, is this Swiss? And he's like, nope, it's not Swiss. Not Swiss at all. And I was like, okay, then what would you call it? He's like, the TFT format. Is there a food
that you start on 2 ends and each? Oh, you know what it is? It's the kissing spaghetti format. It's the Lady and the Tramp, where you start on 2 ends of the spaghetti and you're slowly going towards the middle, and that's where it ends. So it's
you could just call it a permanent group stage if you wanted. That's how I envision it.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could do that.
Yeah, all TFT tournaments are just a big group stage. Everyone's in the same pool together, and you just cut the people who are no longer viable in that group from the top and or bottom.
Is that not the perfect illustration of what this format is?
This is it. All right, I'm in.
It's
the Lady and the Tramp format.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Either way, this whole tournament culminated in a new TPC now being promoted to Tier 1 from APAC, from Americas, and from EMEA. It's the same format across all 3 of these regions, and so lots of new faces, lots of new names to take in. But I want to ask you guys, and this is what we're going to dive into next looking forward, because not only are all 32 of these players for each region qualified to next set's TPC, they get to all compete against each other for the very first time as Tier 1 players this weekend. So looking at this list, you guys are both on there for the Americas, so congratulations and welcome back, Broseph. How do you guys feel about being in Tier 1? I remember, Broseph, specifically for you, watching that clip that Clement posted on Twitter, and you just seemed genuinely excited, and I loved watching that clip. It was... tell me more about that.
Yeah, it's like kind of the goal I set out for myself at this regionals. If I made Tier 1, I'd be happy. I think I'm quite excited to go back and compete. I feel like I've gotten a lot better over the course of the last set and a half. In TFT, I feel like I understand the game a lot better. I understand augments better, everything like that. I understand how to prep better, and I'm really excited to compete with the best again.
Wigwugg, tell me about this for you, because this is your first time on Tier 1, and also it was your first regionals, so your first opportunity to get to this spot. How are you feeling about being in Tier 1? Was this a big goal of yours?
Yeah, Tier 1 is the second Tier 1 got announced. It became the goal of every Tier 2 competitor. I wanted to make it last set again. I wanted to make it into regionals and give it my first shot, especially because like I see it so probabilistically. Like I know every time I make it to regionals, there is some non-zero chance, but not 100% chance of me advancing to Tier 1 off that. And it's really great that I was able to confidently capitalize on it this set because I was able to enable myself so much on the new patch. I feel like this set played to my strengths as a player, and I was able to build myself as a player around this set as well. But when that mid set came out, it just matched even further, given that this is the most lines that have ever been viable in teamfight tactics that have like above some threshold of play rate. There has never been this many different things to play in the game, and I think if you're able to look at your lobby, understand who's winning what stage, who's winning what rounds, and how you can fit into that, how you can bid on the easy stages to win, and understand which comps match with that setup that you need to enable, that's like something very few players are able to do better than myself, I feel. Because quite honestly, I think I'm worse at a lot of things than most of Tier 1, if not like all 16 players, like have things where they absolutely demolish me. But because I'm able to see these lines that other people do not, especially this set, I'm able to find ways out.
I want to point out, Wigwugg,
Go for it.
He took Calc loss on 2-1 playing Shadow Isles and won 6 rounds from 2-5 until like 3-5 or something because his lobby was weak during that time period. So he took Calc loss, and instead of sacking until 3-5 and rolling, which is what most players would do, he saw that it was easy to win those rounds and just won those rounds and sacked the rest of the rounds until he was level 9, pretty much.
Every lobby's different. I saw too. That game, I'll give a bit of insight. I'll leak some of my thoughts at the time. So I'm 2-5, and I see that my Viego 2 from Calculaus is able to win like some of these matchups. So I just win that first matchup. I immediately level and know that if I level, I have a 2 in 3 chance to secure a 2 win. And I keep pushing that level into stage 3. I level to 6 on 3-1 with Calculaus because I see the matchups are still winnable. And just on 3-2, I check the lobby again with my augment options, and I just take the highest tempo augment and immediately level to 7 because I see I'm able to streak guaranteed to 3-5 and probably to 4-1. I actually would have streaked that entire game from stage 3 and 4 if I had not lost 3-7 to not having Vanquisher in, which was unfortunate. But even then, I think 2-1, I wanted to play for something like that. Solely, I just saw 2 Aura farming players. So those 2 players effectively committed an entire gold augment to bidding on winning stage 4-2 to 5-1. Those are their strongest 5 rounds immediately. And not only is it like one of them, but those 2 are already bidding against each other, right? So I'm gonna be in the 3rd seat there, is like what I expect. So if I cannot find rounds to bid on and win easily, I'm kind of dead in the water that game and playing for 5th already in my eyes from lost streak, right? So because I'm able to see that window of, hey, the lobby's weak now, no one's playing stage 3, I just take that for myself and I'm able to make it all the way out that game.
I love this conversation. This is something we've talked about a little bit on. I remember, I don't know if you were on that game in Paris when we were talking about Juanmier doing something very similar, Jack.
Yeah,
and
I was.
I brought it up as this concept of your turn, my turn, right? If you're able to actually understand the cadence of the lobby and see who is spiking when, it allows you to play the game in a way that's not like your standard TFT. And I think what Wigwugg is explaining here is such like a perfect example of this, that it's so easy to just go on TFT Academy, to go on Meta TFT, follow like the level and roll guides. And for anyone who's watching this podcast that's not a competitive player, I know obviously a lot of the people who do watch this are more ingrained in competitive TFT, but I'm sure we do reach some people who are getting their first foray. What Wigwugg is explaining here is, I think, the most important thing that you will probably hear as you're learning to explore this game at a higher level, because at the end of the day, every decision you make in TFT, it does have to be contextual, right? Like there is a game plan, there are fundamentals that you want to just rinse and repeat every game. But at the end of the day, if your decisions aren't being made because of the context of the lobby or the details of your line, then they're not optimized. So I would just encourage anyone who's listening who might be new to these concepts to really try to take those to heart into your games.
And I think listening to that personally, like, I usually sit around Masters 200 to 500 LP. I'm like a solid okay player. I've hit Challenger a couple times, but I don't think about the game that way at all. I feel like I'm good at re-rolling, but it has nothing to do with what other players are playing. It's just when I high roll, I get LP. When I low roll, I don't. But really, in reality, what it is like the game's not all about luck. It's all about managing your luck and the odds and playing against lobby tempo in a proper way. And so, Wigwugg, what would you say? You keep saying, like, this set plays to my strengths. What does that mean for you? Like, what are your strengths?
My biggest strengths are vision and positioning. Positioning has always been something where I just watch every fight and then I see like things. And the set has a lot of early game units where positioning matters a lot. Easy example is like Graves. If Graves just hits 2 units, he does 50% more damage, same as Kog'Maw. Like 50% more damage is like a prismatic augment and a half. So it's like you're just playing stage 2, taking away a prismatic augment from your opponent if you find a way to outposition them, and that's something I try and do every single game. Try and practice every single game because you can always tell yourself, a lot of competitors will do this. I'll focus on that in tournament. I'll position well in tournament. You don't know how to position well in tournament if you don't practice positioning well on ladder. And I mean that thoroughly, as in stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5. Every single unit has unique quirks, unique ways to punish them or enable them. And if you're not paying attention to those, you will just never build that skill. And I think that's something I have just done very honestly and gotten a lot better at. And the second thing is vision, which I think this set's theme fits even more with, which again, the more champions there are, the more broad strategy is enabled. So in previous sets, the optimal way to play the game, especially with like a dominant 4-cost line, was just going to be like two players will play that truly dominant line, a couple other players will play the other dominant lines, and the remaining players will try and find a way to like scam a top 4. And what that does is create a very narrow set of strategies where you can actually top 4 versus this set with no dominant 4-cost line and stage 3 being so much more important. The game is just a lot less optimized because there's so many more things to consider, I think. And I think that's just something where when those broader strategies are enabled, I'm more willing to look for them and do things that other players historically have not done.
I love it. I'm so excited to see more of you play. Gotta be honest. This next weekend and all of set 17. And I think that's one of the joys of the TPC is like, hey, you're the new guy on the block, in theory, right? Especially to the tier 1. And now we get to know more about you and know more about your skills, and then we get to see them on display. And so it's not only, friends and study group partners or people like Michael, who is on broadcast saying that Wigwugg is the best player in tier 2. We can actually see it ourselves. And so I'm particularly excited to continue to watch you and you, Broseph, obviously. We've talked to you, Broseph, a bit more, so that's why I'm pointing more of the questions towards Wigwugg. But both of you are continually improving and teaching the general population a lot. Broseph, yours through lots of content, and obviously your play showing that. But Wigwugg, just being able to hear you vocalize and say and explain TFT in that way, I'm getting inspired right now. I don't know, Gangly, are you feeling the same way?
Yeah, I wish I had any reason to play TFT right now. Next set, I'll have the inspiration carry over.
You're gonna be thinking all about stage 2 positioning now,
right?
And right. Prismatic augments. Anyway, all right. I think I'm ready to leave weekend 1 behind. You guys ready to look at weekend 2?
It's draft time, or tier list time, I should say.
Let's do it. It's time for the clickbait. This is what we're all looking for. The tier list looking at weekend 2 specifically. We have 32 players entering, including many of the players that obviously were in TPC this set, have had great performances, and we're looking at this weekend. So this will be pretty free flowing. So less structured question and answer podcast style, more arguments and figuring it out. The way we've done it in the past is we put up people to be placed somewhere. And I would prefer to not change the format of the tier list and add as plus S minus 8. I just think we can do it. We can put people in proper spots in proper orders where they can be properly put in the correct place. So, we're going to name names, and we're going to put them where we think they are and discuss those, and then compare against each other towards the end and put them in order. Sound good?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Gangly, give me the first
All right,
one.
I mean, let's keep it simple. He's all the way on the top left. Let's start with Cam. Do I put him in a tier? Do I tell you where I think, or does someone else?
Go ahead.
I mean, I would just default Cam to A, personally. I think that Cam, even in his worst set that he's had since set 11, we talked a little bit about this with power rankings. The way I personally see it is when someone has a historical track record with so much consistency, the amount that I'm willing to deviate their current form is relatively small. Obviously, Cam earned his spot back in the TPC. I don't think that you can say that he's anything but like a strong TPC player. And given his track record since set 11, I think that it would be silly to not put Camuli in at least A tier.
Any disagreeers? I'm down for A tier.
When we put the first few people on the list, I probably won't dispute anyone. That's just because to me it's all going to be contextual of where other players are. So Camuli being A tier, like nothing sounds immediately wrong with that. In fact, that's like where I would default put him for sure. So
yeah, cool. All right,
once we have a few others, we can argue.
Yeah. All right.
Next.
Here I'm just gonna put a few up. I think Wasian should be S.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy, right? I think Wasian should be S. I think Chunnington should be S. I think Michael should be S. And then I think I would argue that at least me first or eighth, and Marcel should be somewhere like between high A and low S as well.
Ooh, I'm curious about me first for sure.
I mean, the brother made like 2 of the 3 final lobbies and placed like just barely outside the bubble at the other one. The guy's super clean. The guy studies hard. He plays a lot. Like he's a damn good player. Damn consistent too.
Okay.
Do you know him at all?
Yeah, he's in our study group.
Okay.
We play. He plays golf with friends with us.
The thing about me first or eighth that I'm a little confused on is like, what happened that last set and this set, this guy is a beast, and if you look at everything before that, he's like a pretty, like I hate using the term known quantity because I don't believe that anyone is truly a known quantity, but he felt like someone who would have been, and then all of a sudden he just came out in set 15 and just started winning everything, or like, top 16, top 8ing, and now he's continued it. I feel like it's a little too many strong results to say it's a flash in the pan, but I still kind of have this question mark of like, why did this guy suddenly become really good?
I mean, I think he was a good student before that, and he was no longer a student after. Like he was doing backwards or something, and then he started doing some more TFT more full time nowadays. Yeah. So yeah, I've talked to the guy. The guy's super smart. He knows a lot. Like if you bring something up, like it's number one, Chunnington has watched it, and me first rate already knows it. Like we brought up some reader tech, and he said, "Oh, you only use that tech." So there's zoom tech that exists for making your item slams easier, because like you can zoom in and then make the unit both larger and closer to the left. And he was like, "Oh yeah, you only have to do that with Baron because the Baron is so hard to equip items on." And I'm like, this is a crazy conversation I'm having right now. I've never heard this in my entire life.
Yeah, what? I was there for that one. It's like almost silly. Like it's like we're stepping in that area for the first time, and the guy's already like been there from the start of the set. So it's just almost like embarrassing to see how crazy of the things that he knows are compared to a lot of the players in the Western community.
That's a crazy tech. That's crazy tech. Interesting. Zoom maxing. 100%. Okay, I'm down for me first or eighth in A tier. We'll rearrange these tiers as we go along. I want to talk about these top 3 because I do think all of them belong in S tier for sure. because all three of them had the most pro points of any region in TPC last set.
Yeah.
There's
I
no
mean,
Triple file
reason.
lobby. Yep.
I'd love to hop in here if possible.
Do it.
They are. This is something you see a lot in traditional sports, where there will be a format, and the format will be like satisfactory, and everyone's fine watching it, and no one. There's some complaints always, but once in a while, a season will pop up where something happens, and the format seems to punish someone really good or help someone really bad for some reason. And for example, in hockey, I don't know who all knows this, but like if the way that divisions work, if one division is super stacked, then the format looks really stupid right now, right? And that's effectively this season we had right now is Wajan Iverson wins all 3 cups, collects every single pro point possible, and takes 4 world slots for himself. So you are like, okay, yeah, we can pass the slots to regionals, and that seems pretty okay in itself. But then you look at the next 2 players, and they both dropped incredible performances that are absolutely world's caliber. And you're like, okay, in any other set, or even in this set, if Wajan makes a single mistake in any of those final games, one of these guys or both of these guys is going to go to Worlds, either off that slot in checkmate or off of the QP points, right? So they just put up such a strong argument for saying, hey, these slots should not be passed to regionals. They should go straight to us. To me, like, that's how ridiculous of a set this was to watch. It's like these guys are three players who are far and above the rest of the competition is what it looked like. So it's almost ridiculous to think about how much better they performed.
No disagreements here. I remember putting a tweet out about this. It's like, please don't let Wajan distract you from how good these guys are. They have absolutely performed, and it's not a shame that they haven't qualified for Tactician's Crown yet, because what Wajan did was incredible, but they do deserve it.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. It's like the format choice, and the format said, okay, the goal of the format is to qualify the winner of each tournament and the best performing tier 1 player, right?
Yep.
Those are all
But
the
you
same
can also
player,
say,
bro.
The goal is also to qualify the best 4 players from TPC, or 4 of the best TPC players who performed this set. And it's like, okay, we have the 3 best performers in the world are supposedly in the same region right now. So not saying they're the best players, but it's like they had the best tier 1 runs, right? All 3 of these guys. So just by points.
Agreed.
Maybe that's because the region is too free. Who knows?
Oh, no. I mean, that could be
good. Post merger, I'm pretty sure everybody globally was talking about how much more free our region was compared to theirs. Now with TPC, I feel like our region's kind of nasty. Also, I just want to put a correction to something going around in chat. Gangly pouch whenever someone who isn't Wajan, Dish Soap, or Setsuko is in S tier. Let me make this abundantly clear. I'm in this Discord server. Broseph's in there as well, and out of the blue, I start getting all these pings, and people are just like, "Hey, Gangly, why do you hate Michael?" And Michael's like, "Hey, Gangly, why do you hate me? Hey, man, what's going on? Why do you hate me, man? I don't get it. I don't know where this is coming from. I think I was maybe a little surprised that Michael tied with Dish Soap in the power rankings. I'm not saying that Michael is not an incredible player. I'm not saying Michael and Chunnington don't deserve to be in S tier. I just think that it's a reflection of the era's passing as we're moving through the big 3 of North America no longer being untouchable. And it's worth noting that in our podcast about the power rankings. That's all I'm saying.
W rage
Carry
bait.
on, everyone.
W rage bait. Okay, you got clipped. I put Dish Soap and Setsuko in D tier just for people to take screenshots, and now we're good. Now we can work on filling out. I think the best way to do this is to get some of these S tier players out of the way. Is there anyone else, Gangly, that you would put up in S tier?
Yeah, I mean, I am putting Dish Soap and Setsuko in S tier.
Any disagreeers? Where's Dehua?
Dehua's putting Dish Soap 20. What is it? 25th, 26th?
No, I'm pretty sure he would legit put Dish Soap in low B. I'll say it right now.
That's rage bait.
He would put
sure.
Dish Soap in low B. I don't think that's rage bait. I mean,
Really?
here's what Dehua would say. I chatted with him last night. He would say to fuel. I know Disho gets fuel from the haters, so this will probably help him out. But he would definitely say that like his performance across the set and the last like set and a half doesn't warrant the same kind of expectation for him to do as well in this in the regional finals coming up. That's what he would say. Like if you look at some of the A tier players, like between Me First or Marcel, they haven't all made worlds, but they've made multiple final lobbies each. They've both placed higher on average in all the tournaments, and going into this regionals, it would be a good bet to bet on them. Is what Dehua would say.
I mean, I think it's very reasonable to say the players who are doing well will continue to do well, right? The players who have not been doing too well are probably not going to do too well. I think for me personally, it goes back to what I was saying earlier, where I think that when you have established a very consistent level of play over the course of multiple years, multiple sets, it does transcend a handful of tournament results. Like I don't think that Dishsoap getting, I don't even remember what it was, like a 20 something, two like middle of the pack, maybe slightly lower end placements is enough for me to ever actually like knock him down. I think it would need to be multiple sets of poor performances, and his results last set were not bad. He didn't perform poorly last set. Yeah, like it was very, very, very strong still. And it's like hard because he does get double buffed, where when things go wrong, you give him the benefit of the doubt, and when things go right, it just like solidifies it. Yeah, he's the GOAT. So it's like I recognize that, but I think that it's deserved. Like I don't think that I would be willing to move Dishsoap at all. Setsuko, I would be more willing to move, except the fact that everyone is talking about how this patch is like handpicked for Setsuko.
Yeah, that is true. I personally have not seen him play in any scrims, and I'm not sure he's played. I think he's played 2 games. Or wait, it's not 2 games. Oh, he's played less than 20 games since the patch dropped. I think, assuming he's in form, he should be very good at this patch. I think. I think there's a lot of options that you have, a lot of like even like lower cost units that you can mix into your board, a lot of reward for going fast 9, a lot of reward for like just being a little bit better than your contesters on your AP line. This patch is very much built for him. I don't know if he's played it much. There's some people I know have jammed infinite games, and I think he's one of the ones that I don't think have jammed infinite games. Is all I'll say. So if it were my list, I would put him top of A. If he's locked in, like he'll have a very good time next weekend.
Is there any argument to move him out of S? Wigwugg, I'm curious your thoughts.
I mean, the argument to move him out of S is just his performances this set were not that convincing, and the game changes every set. Like a percent of the game is swapped out for a new mechanic, a new set of units, and a new way to play the game. I would obviously argue this set is like a pretty big percent from like fundamentals is almost diminished, and these legacy players who next set could be the best player in the region again, quite frankly, right? Like that could change set over set. That's the argument for me, is like, oh, it's just Setsuko didn't match well with this set, and that's what we've seen so far. The biggest argument against that is just going to be, oh, it's been a few tournaments, and he's going to be locked in for regionals, and the patch is going to be fast 9 heavy. And in my opinion, all of that is true. I think you could put him A tier or S tier. I also could see like some haters putting him down in B tier. Personally, I'd put him top of A, but that's only because my S tier would only be the top 3 from TPC this set.
Okay.
Gangly, any thoughts on
I love
moving
the
yours?
term. No, my only thought is that I hope we can normalize using the term legacy players to anyone who's slightly washed. Legacy.
I think you're a legacy
I'm not saying
player.
slightly washed. To me, there's just like the they were bigger than Junnington and Michael a year ago, and now they're in a conversation to be the same size as them, as like who's the biggest player in the region, right? So yeah.
I get it. I mean, I don't talk about it much, but as a legacy player, I did tie for second at a fight night back in set 2. So I get it. I know what it's like.
Giga legacy.
I'm a legacy challenger player for sure. it's been a minute. Anyway, Gangly, you put these two up here. Would you consider moving either of them down to A? It seems to be that they are right in between these two tiers. Maybe we revisit this as we see the tiers shape up.
No, Jack, you know what it is? I'm not willing to move them. And if you want to move them, that you can't be the diplomatic host anymore. If you want to move them, Jack, then move them. Don't put it on me. I already gave my opinion.
My opinion is let's wait and see how the A tier shapes up, and then we can figure it out later as we order the tiers.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
It's Wigwug's turn to put people up, right?
Yeah.
It's tough to call people up because some part of me wants to say, oh, we started filling in the top with the easy top picks, and it's got to feel. It never feels bad to pick someone and throw them at the top, right? But at the end of the day, someone has to be at the bottom of the tier list.
I'll do it.
And someone has to be the bad guy.
No, make me the bad guy.
Bottom, so.
Make me the bad guy. I got this. You ready?
No,
You want to be the bad guy? Yeah, let's hear it. I'll let you start it.
Okay. I want to put Millennium Fox down here. I'm gonna put Chang Shen Li down here. Who else?
That's all. You're not a very good villain, man. You can.
No. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Ready. This is gonna.
No, this is
ready.
It's the competition for who you pick
I
first.
I'm gonna put up Kai Wang in D.
Soju?
Like,
no, that's rage bait. Wigwugg, you look like you're. Okay, Wigwugg, who do you want to put down here?
Well, I would have started with Millennium Fox as well, I believe.
Yeah, okay.
If I was Wasian, I would pick Millennium Fox first in the draft. That's no flame, but that's just the player I think of these players is the bottom, and that's that. The thing is, whenever you hate on someone, they are specifically given the chance to prove you wrong. So that's why I don't feel bad about sending people to D tier, quite frankly. Is all it is it's like, if you think I'm wrong, you have the entire weekend to prove me wrong. So I would largely agree with Fox C tier. I would probably put Changshan and Kai Wang a tier higher personally. And then I'd have to start calling up effectively the players from tier 2 who I think are like the tier 1.5s, where it's like they can make tier 1, but they're never going to be like the absolute staple that right now our S tier and A tier look like, right? So that's just going to be going through the list to me. MJS, Reddy. Konda had a really good performance. I'd be hesitant to put him D tier. I don't think David looked that good when I watched his games. I'd be okay with putting him D or C. Definitely not Pocky. And yeah, I think that would largely fit in the bottom of C and D for me, would be that sum of players. I would also be willing to, like, if I had not watched his games, I would immediately say Bros D tier. But given that I watched his last 2 games,
dude,
bro, that last game,
his
cannot
2 games
say
were good.
exactly how impressed I am. Like, it is truly ridiculous how impressive those games were to me. So I just wouldn't put him D tier solely off that performance. And
Agreed.
I could say, oh, that's 2 games. That's not enough to say he's good. But like, those were not 2 games that were like pretty good. Those were 2 games that were very good to me. So I'm pretty hesitant to put him any lower than C.
Jack, why don't you give your reasoning for Changshan Li and Millennium Fox real quick, and then maybe I can give my reasonings for why I agree with Josue, and then with why I would put Kai Wang in D, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, I think there's 2 reasons. Actually, probably would do it more like this if we were to order this. I think for those 2 players specifically, they're not only unknown, meaning they don't have very much tournament history. Their performances this past weekend were good. Obviously, they made it through. But it wasn't anything... Let me say it like this. It wasn't Wigwugg, where they just came from tier 2 and won the whole thing. It was like, okay, they snuck through. They had some good games. They had some solid placements. They had a good understanding of the patch. Like, well done. But there's just not a level of 1, legacy, and 2, just like standout performances that makes it be like, yeah, you're better than, you know, the tier 1 players that are fighting now in week 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. It sounds so. You're basically just saying like, you don't have a good reason to put them higher, right?
Yeah, prove it to me.
Yeah. And I think that's super fair, because the opposite end of the spectrum is actually why I think Josue Deleted and Kai Wang should be in D. And again, it's hard because you don't want to putting anyone in D feels bad, because nobody here is a bad player. Obviously, every single player that made it to week 2 earned their spot. So I want to make sure that it's clear as we're talking about these players that we're speaking about them relative to this elite field. Nobody should be taking this and saying that any of these players are truly bad. I feel like while Changshin Lee and Millennium Fox are in D tier because they have not given us enough evidence for why they should be higher, I feel like Hostway Deleted and Kaiwing have given us too much evidence of them not being able to compete against the highest level of competition. Kaiwing has always been a demon on ladder, extremely competitive, but he also has a very large tournament history behind him, which generally speaking has not been fruitful. He has had a handful of regional performances. I think it was set 10, if I remember correctly, that he did have a strong regionals performance, but outside of 1 or 2 strong tournament finishes, he has a large breadth of tournament results that have not been very good. And I don't think that qualifying into tier 2 alone is enough evidence for me to believe that he's overcome a longer career of generally speaking weaker results. Hostway Deleted also had, I mean, obviously I know he was working hard and he was trying all set, but he really struggled in the TPC this set. And so I think that, again, him qualifying to get here is not enough evidence to erase an entire set of poor performances.
Broseph is just smirking.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat over here, and they're doing some funny things.
I mean,
What are they doing?
I mean, they're doing a lot.
No,
I'm
they're
not going to
just sad. They're just sad facing the Kaiwing hate.
I feel like I'm being pretty reasonable. Like, I don't think Kaiwing is bad, but I
No,
also
it's fair.
don't think it's fair to like ignore someone's tournament history for
I don't
years
endorse
and years.
this take.
Yeah, my Citadel hat hasn't come in the mail, and suddenly I'm putting Kaiwing in D tier. Coincidence?
Is anyone got any reason to move him? You guys both said that Kaiwing you would say put in C tier, not D tier. So you generally think that Gangly's somewhat correct to this, but why C tier? Why would you fight over that?
So I think his strengths are like pretty useful. I think in terms of specifically the skill for like making strongest board and like having consistently clean like execution on a line, just like generally like making good items, picking reasonable augments. He is like, I think like rather elite. I think he doesn't really blunder like strongest board ever. He always like he always maximizes the strength of his board. That's like his strength. I think he's like struggles with having spots that are a little bit weaker, and learning a wide variety of comps and not making blunders occasionally on those lines. But I think when it comes to like play, like if you said I have this Demacia spot and then he has this Demacia spot, I would bet on him to outplace me because I think he's just gonna execute better than I can on that premium line. But apart from that, like now, if you told me that like there's like a really hard weak spot, I would bet on myself to navigate that better. So I think that's his strength.
Okay. I'm definitely down to keep him top of D for now. I think I want to move to some people that are in chat and on this call, because I think that's where this gets really fun.
That's where we get some exciting things. Yeah.
Broseph, where's Wigwugg going? Do it.
I think he played better than David and BBW for sure. I think he should at least be top of B. I think his form's really good. I think the game's not changing all that much. I think he had some really smart navigation, and I would be I'm pretty sure there's maybe 1 or 0 players who could outposition him on stage 2 or 3. But you don't want to see this guy tilted, so I'll leave him at B.
Wigwugg, any counter? Actually, let's just do it this way. Where would you put Broseph?
I would put Broseph B tier with me. I think we're about the same tier of player right now in the set from what I've seen from him. And he does. I think I've had better mental in the past month than I've ever had in TFT, and I think that's something that's helped me too. But I think Broseph in tournament sometimes slips up and starts doing things I would never see him do otherwise, as in the Aphelios games yesterday. you must be jailed for that last Aphelios game. Unfortunately, I think that
Bro,
game.
if I play perfectly, it's like a clean 6 from a low roll spot, man. I promise.
I mean, you chose to play for 5th because you wanted to. I don't think that it's fair to say there were 0 outs where you weren't going to play for 5th.
No, I
where you could
promise
find a
you,
different
I didn't
placement,
know
so.
enough about Shadow Isles at that time to play a good Shadow Isles game. I promise you.
I'm just saying, I think you were looking for a way to play for 5th, and then you took the immediate, I'm going to try and play for 5th, which to me is like not a good tournament mindset, even in that spot. Because you were supposed to go 7th that game. You were lucky to get that 5th, so that's why I'm very hesitant to put you in A, quite honestly. So
No, I don't think you put me in A either.
yeah, I think I'll just talk about myself here. I would have put myself like middle of B. I think I was gonna say I feel like I'm largely middle of the pack right now. I think I'm better than like the majority of the people coming up from tier 2. And I'm very like fine being below Cambuli, Broseph. I would put Malala above me as well if he did qualify through, which I think he like obviously was good enough and one of the top 3 tier 2 players, no doubt in my mind. So yeah, I think that's pretty fair to me.
Back.
Let's talk about Crazy Cat.
Wait. Do you agree with their
Oh,
takes
I do.
on each
I know.
other?
Yeah. That's exactly where I put him. Yeah.
This guy is trying to figure out how he can go the entire podcast without having
Without saying an opinion.
Yeah.
It's actually unbelievable.
I'm the host of this show. I make Gangly the enemy. It's my job.
First, you need to put Kaiwang D tier, and this guy is just trying to be the protagonist of the show. It's insane.
This Crazy Cat guy, for those who don't know the story, he's also in chat, didn't even know that he qualified to tier 1 last set when he did qualify to week 2. Nope.
No. Okay, to clarify, he did not know on Sunday of week 1 that if he top whatever it was, top 12, top 16,
top 20,
whatever the top 20, that he would qualify into TPC. It was actually in the what is that Discord called? It was in a scrim Discord that you and I are actually both in, Broseph, where he randomly posts in this Discord on the Sunday morning, like, hey, so is there a way to get into TPC if I do well in this tournament? On Sunday morning of regional finals.
But this was last set. This set, he played in TPC, and everybody, our power rankings, this guy was dead last right at the beginning, and then all of a sudden, this Crazy Cat guy kind of started to show off a little bit, and I was like, wait a second. This guy might not be lost. He's not a lost cat.
He works hard. Hard work matters.
This guy's a beast, I'm pretty sure, and then he puts up a crazy day 2, locks the heck in, gets out, and now back into tier 1. I'm pretty sure this guy's B tier.
Yeah, he's a solid player. Worked really hard this set. He doesn't get tier 1 fever and like start slacking off. No. I remember like watching some of his play, and he'll play some strange stuff. Like I don't know how many people he talks to in the scene. And like how aligned his read with a lot of other people, but he'll play some far out stuff, but it'll make it look pretty good. So I respect that.
I was getting ready to have to defend Crazy Cat. I was getting ready to have to say I think Crazy Cat is B tier. I think Crazy Cat's up there with Broseph and I. But you guys already seem to know. I was in a call briefly with Crazy Cat yesterday, and I was informed that the tier 1 tournaments were. The preparation for the tier 1 tournaments was largely playing Arc Raiders and having a lot of fun. So my personal read is that Crazy Cat just played a tournament on this patch. The meta might shift a bit, but it won't shift that much. So even if Crazy Cat decides that they want to slack off leading into week 2, the preparation's already there. The execution is obviously there. The practice of having a tournament over the tier 1 players, in my opinion, is a big strength of all the tier 2 or of all the week 1 players. I think not having played a tournament on the patch is actually like a very big punish to have. So I'm very okay with putting Crazy Cat right around where I am, or if not above me. So
isn't Arc Raiders the Solus tech? That's what he does to prepare, right?
That's what is that game? It's not Arc Raiders, right? That's
PoE. No.
Double
some of them are Path of Exile, some of them are...
Sorry, I got it wrong. You did. It was Arknights, Enfield, Deadlock. Thank you, Crazy Cat.
Arknights.
Oh, Arknights.
Lost Ark was the Solus. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chad.
You were saying something.
Lost Arc Raiders.
Well, I just wanted to know, because Did Crazy Cat actually find more success on ladder this set as a result of all the prep? Because I believe Crazy Cat qualified into TPC as like a Masters GM player last set, right?
Crazy Cat, link Lol Chess or Meta TFT. Just link it. You didn't play ladder this set. Oh.
Right. Oh right, he's a TPC player. Of course he didn't play ladder.
Peak
this
LP,
set.
Grandmaster 770 LP. 429 games with a 4.3 average placement. Currently, Masters 500 LP.
Jack, there's hope for us. We got a shot.
Me and Crazy Cat were like this.
Yeah.
He almost hit Challenger in late January.
Okay.
Kind of beast. All right, we got to get moving. We got a lot of people to still talk about.
We got our first 3-hour podcast.
All right, my suggestion now is to propose the tier 1 players who we think are B tier. Just that when we're discussing about this.
Let me.
Wait, tier 1, like previous tier 1.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Go for it.
Yo, this is kind of hard.
Take it away, Jack.
B tier. Oh, this is.
I don't understand how you ordered that. You said hold on, and then you seem to have put the players in a random order.
No.
And they said, okay,
these are all tier 2
right now. I think
these are all tier 2.
In the tier.
Yeah.
No, Spencer was tier 1.
Oh, Spencer was tier 1. You're right.
He played in week 1, but yeah.
I would also put Shaco. And I think Ladder Slayer's.
I want to see where you're putting the rest of the field before I sign on with Shaco B tier.
Yeah, it's really tough to order this middle clump, but I think that's
don't worry about the ordering right now. Don't worry about the ordering.
Someone has to end up at the bottom of it. Like someone has.
Is this guy here or here?
Yeah.
C, put him C, sure.
Ladder Slayer, I say C.
Someone has to go there.
Wait, the rest are CNB, no. Soju, Paki, Pressman, Quinta, Robin, Darth, Bosso. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna get. I don't know if this is a hot take. I don't think it is.
You're gonna get flamed regardless of what you say.
Of this list, the two most likely to be B tier to me are Darth and Soju, right? Is there any?
Why Darth? Dead last cup or what?
I mean, he did win the hard cup, but his two other results were both bad, right?
No, he didn't. Did he have to play week 1? No, he didn't have to play week 1, right? It was good enough.
Wait, let me see.
It was good enough to play.
Yeah, he was last one in. He was 16.
25 and 27. 25, 127. That's not. I mean, I wouldn't consider those good.
That's good enough with the first. The first brings him in there, but yeah, that's not all that good. Yeah, that's.
I mean, I feel like if the condition is as long as I win the next tournament, I get to keep my spot in TPC. Then like that's pretty strong evidence that your other results are not fantastic. Yeah. No, I mean, Darth,
he's hot and
Darth
cold,
is,
actually.
No, he's perpetually hot and cold. His entire career has been hot and cold. That's who Darth is, and he's certainly been improving over the last few sets compared to his results in like the earlier days of TFT. But I still think, at least for me, B tier is much more appropriate for a player who seems to just have a very wide range of forms that they show up in. Like, I would be down to say top of B.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I think so too. Where does Soju?
If you're A, you gotta be consistent.
We'll do that later.
I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Wigwugg has thoughts.
I was laughing at chat glazing me. Thank you, chat. Love you guys.
All right, but guys, hear me out. Doesn't Wigwugg kind of look like me? Like a little bit.
With this, but now everyone's here, so they can all see it too.
Oh, not that one. Here.
Yeah, that was pre-show.
No, you gotta look the other way now.
Kinda. Hold on. Hear me out. Ready? Hold on.
Are they twins?
No, it's uncanny.
No, they're twins.
Okay, hold on. I can do more. Hold on. I'll go back.
Go to the middle part.
I can't. I don't think I can do the middle.
No, it doesn't work. The pair.
No, yeah, it doesn't work. Hold on. Never mind. That was a bad idea.
There you go.
Maybe if he was younger.
Dude, okay, now we're just getting hurtful. Okay, back to tier list.
Okay, I was gonna
Like,
suggest we
Gangly,
just
tier
everyone
two
who isn't in a tier yet, we literally just take them and throw them in a tier, and we go.
Yeah, we gotta put him
We
somewhere.
just go through our list. So I'll just say ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
We go
We
one by
go.
one and we cycle through as quickly as possible. I'll just
Do
say
it.
ready. Bottom of C. Sure.
Bottom of what?
C.
See.
Bottom
Right?
C. Okay.
CLE, your turn.
We're taking turns.
Yeah, we're going to cycle.
I'm putting Quinta in A.
To A. Yeah.
We'll talk about him after. We'll talk about him
Keep
after.
it going, man.
Preston in A.
Robin A.
We're taking the easy one.
Ego
We're gonna
bottom of
run
C.
out.
Bottom of C?
Ooh.
Yep.
Bottom of C.
Okay. I'm gonna go Conda, bottom of C.
Bosso A.
JRC, bottom C.
Pocky, bottom of A.
And with C and B, B.
Okay, now we can
Are
argue.
you putting him bottom of B?
I don't know, man.
We'll
Probably
start
not.
ordering them.
We've not ordered B. We've not ordered B at all.
Hmm.
Okay. Now we need to lock in. How are we doing this? Okay.
We go top to bottom order, and
Okay,
then see if we need to move people up or down.
Yeah. Who's in the wrong tier?
S tier looks good to me.
I think A tier looks good to me too. If you don't consider that some people have not played very much on a very hard patch.
I'm really shocked Broseph has never defended his buddy Kai Wang, because I'm buddies with Kai Wang.
I would put him in C. I would put him in C. I defended him.
I'm
gonna have to defend him now because you wouldn't stand by him. Okay, I'm gonna say I think Kai Wang must be at least center of C. I'm looking at the bottom of C, and I would choose Kai Wang over any of those players, like over and over again, time and time again. I would say, okay, I think he's better than JC. I think he's better. I feel like he's a better player than Conda. I actually think Conda is quite good too, but I think he's better than Ego. I think he's better than Reddy, and I think he's close to Ladder Slayer. So to me, I'd already like D tier is like a big no-go here for him.
Wait,
like I'd have him up there.
Is this not just the bias of like everyone always thinks that the people that they study with or the people that they're friends with will do better in tournament? Like the problem with Kai Wing is not that I don't think he's a good player. I feel like, to me, what I feel like Kai Wing has a huge mismatch between how good people who know him say he is and how his results are.
Okay,
and that's
the
not
reason
flame.
why,
Like
I'm not even biased.
The reason why is because he's a tournament choker. I don't know if his real identity is leaked, but there was a game for one of the tournaments that he might have been on a work call at the same time, and he might have, instead of clicking the best augment, rolled the best augment and then gone 8th in a spot he was supposed to win. So I think he would describe. I don't know. Maybe he wouldn't. Maybe he would disagree. I think he would agree. But I think he's had, like, I've been a tournament choker as well in like spots where I need to not like make a blunder. I'll blunder. But yeah, I think he's blundered, which that's what causes the mismatch. Like if you like play excellent in 5 games and then blunder one of them, your results will look really bad because you're not allowed to blunder a single game in a tournament. Like it highly favors like the execution demons. Like I think Quintanilla and CMB9 quite frankly are, which is that like they will play consistently well all the time.
I think he should be C tier.
I feel like I'm in a position where I either have to like double down and start like.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm outvoted and I'm down to like it's okay.
Can
but
someone else
like
move
more
down?
People have to be.
I was gonna say, do you think Kai Wang, by putting him D, you're saying you think he's worse than everyone in C tier, right?
I think I would have more people in D tier.
Well, then let's hear it. I'm excited.
All right, yeah. Move enough people below him.
Hold on. There's like a lot of pressure now. Hold on. I would agree that I have Kai Wang over JRC. So if I'm putting Kai Wang D, I would have JRC in D as well. Conda, I don't really know Conda that well, to be honest. So I don't know. Like if we're just,
I can tell you more about Conda if you want to know. So this guy made
sure.
Worlds
I mean,
back
I know
in set
he's
7.
been to Worlds. I know that.
Yeah. He quit the game and came back this set. So it was very unknown. Dobbs, who I was casting with this weekend, is like knows this guy, used to be on a team with him, and he's like, this guy is really legit. He just quit and came back. And so that's obviously why we haven't seen him in a minute.
So if just gut response about the other players in C, I think that Reddy in 2 sets has had better results and better peaks than Kaiwang has had in 8 or 7, however many sets that Kaiwang has been playing competitively.
Wait, what beyond Paris? Like how
well,
has
it's
he
more,
done beyond Paris?
He was one of only 5 players to have a sub 4.0 AVP in tier 2 over the course of last.
That's because you play through trials. If you play trials every time, you're gonna find
no trials, not including
count?
trials.
It doesn't count.
These are stats that I collected of only cup stats. Only cup stats.
Okay. It's not cup stats. Where's the picture?
It has some bias. It has some bias because it has a 4-game, 6-game cut in all three. The first 2 days of cup. So if you play the 2 extra games, you can farm placements as well that other players cannot, and it kind of creates these weird situations. Where also if you make the 4-game cut, you also like have a suspiciously high AVP sometimes because you like had 4 really good games and then don't get a higher sample. So to me, it's a bit weird.
The opposite.
I don't give it even a lot of weight.
The more games you play, the worse your AVP should be.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it can actually go either way, but I think to me, it's just the sample size is a very small type of issue. And I'm hesitant.
But again, like it's the opposite argument for Kaiwang, who has a much larger sample size and doesn't have the results to show for it. Right? So it's like, yes, I understand I'm saying that Reddy has had a very small sample size and has had some success, but the problem is not that. The problem is that Kaiwang, despite being a very strong player for a long time, has played in a lot of tournaments and hasn't been able to show that he's a consistent threat in these events. And again, like, I hate that I'm like forced to say this stuff as if I think Kaiwang is bad. I don't. I think he's incredible. But I feel like you guys are all delusional if you're saying that, like, at some point in time, results have to mean something. We can't just say it's variance if a player is good.
I'm looking forward to the apology episode. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna be great.
No, it doesn't
you
work like
can
that.
you saw the apology form I gave Mortdog? I want you to give Kaiwang one of those if Kaiwang Kaiwang drops a nuke, okay?
I mean, if not, you can feel vindicated.
So.
You gotta put someone in D. Jack is just he's a coward and hasn't given a single opinion in 2 hours.
I put all of these people in D. I put all these people in D tier. I'm just gonna say it. I'll say it.
I appreciate your honesty. It took a while to get there, though.
For what it's worth, I actually am fine putting Kaiwang in C. If we want to put Kaiwang in C, I'm okay with that.
He must be D. It's okay, never mind. Yeah, okay, sounds good.
Okay, somebody else is in D.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have to have 4D. I feel like unless you want to do it like a strict like quintile ranking. I think representing that people are close in a tier is valuable. Like, for example, on like one of my unit tier lists for like units in the game, I have a bunch of 1 cost like super low like BCD because all the 3 costs are better. Like, if you look at how you want to play your game on this patch, it's all 2 and 3 costs. I think it's similar here. Where I think at least that there's not many like true easy like first picks for your lobby at regionals, which is what I'm using to visualize in my mind. Like, who would I be happy picking first into my lobby at regionals?
I think that's fair.
I'm down to move JRC down to D.
Split
the difference.
Okay.
Someone has to go to D in my eyes. So.
Okay.
Like, if you are the 4th lobby drafter, who are you picking 4th, right? I think that is Marcel P. So that'll be up to him. But
I thought you said you're picking Marcel P 4th. I was like, with what? There's no way.
I will not be picking Marcel P 4th.
Okay.
He is 4th. He is 4th, bro. Let's relax.
Yeah? Okay. Just kidding.
I'll give my takes here. I think we've had a lot of chatters talking about Ego and Conda and potential Brazil hate. I think I watched Conda's games. He dropped a nuke in play-ins. He dropped a nuke in week 1.
Sure did.
I think Conda is B, if not bottom of A. If not bottom of A. That, in my eyes, I think C is criminal. I forget who put him C. I understand putting him C it's a name that you don't know. Or you maybe watched the games and didn't think he was that good. But I feel like from what I saw of him, I was very impressed. I think he is the 3rd, if not the 2nd best Brazilian player in the field.
I would also just like to say, Robin is just in chat saying everyone needs to be higher. Just like that's
he
all
just
he's
puts
saying.
everyone higher, bro.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Robin, I need a tier list stream from you tomorrow. Also, if anybody wants to make their own, here's the tier list. There you go. And then you guys can back it up with your own list. You can tweet it at BrosifTFT on Twitter.
Also, I want to know what chat thinks D tier should be. I feel like that
Yeah,
they don't seem
who is
super
chat
thrilled
putting in
with
D
our
tier?
with
No,
our
chat
with
loves
our
everyone,
D tier.
man. Everyone has a supporter.
I mean, I don't know. Okay, well, let's talk about Conda. I do think the way he played this week was like crazy. I thought he was really surprising to me because obviously he was pretty unknown with what form he was going to be in with the information we had. But he really played well, and so but I don't know if I can move him out of C. Maybe?
I mean, B should have more people in it than any other category. So
You have a
I mean,
low B?
I think Broseph doesn't agree with me. I'm fine with B being the biggest group. I think there are
No, it's
more
fine.
people
I think it's fine.
that are
I don't
average.
think it has to
than-
be.
Sure. Like I said, I don't have strong opinions on Conda. It seems like Wigwugg has a very high opinion of him, and so does Jack. And so I'm a diplomatic guy.
Dehua's here. Oh my god.
Oh,
They was
no.
here. Dude,
Oh,
we
no.
need to nuke this. I don't want to rip that one on stream for you guys, but Dehua does not like our list, it seems.
Well, I don't know if
Shocker.
yeah, I think that's... He looks at this. He looks at two people, and then he just wants to nuke the whole thing. Anyway, I think top of C is good. No?
You can leave that there for now.
Yeah.
For now.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
Anyone in
I-
B tier need to move up or down?
I don't know what the argument for Shaco and CMB for B, I think. Especially CMB in my opinion.
Yeah, agreed.
I could see C and B moving down.
Down.
Whoa,
He should be-
whoa! And he speaks. No, don't say anything.
No,
Continue,
no.
Jack.
No,
Go
I got-
on,
yeah,
go
yeah.
on. No. Dig into
He
it.
caught him,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
caught him.
I got this.
Okay.
He in a very similar way to Darth Noob is very streaky. In this set, he has not had the moment where he's been at the top. Last regionals, he won. So clearly going into regional finals, he is someone that it can perform. I just don't know this set if I've seen him in form to perform the way that he would need to win again. But again, I would have said the same thing last set. I think we would have put him in C tier last set. So maybe I'm just perpetually doubting this guy.
No,
I mean,
the
I
guy
think-
has the tenure. If you value tenure, he's got the tenure for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably would have put him C tier last set. I agree with you. But since then, he's won regionals, was the best performing
Ninth at
player
Worlds.
from the Americas at Tactician's Crown, and then he top 8'd again one of the TPCs this set.
Yeah, you're right.
I think that like if our baseline was last set, we're putting him in C tier. He is at the very least, in my opinion, B plus. And I would go so far as to say that like putting him right next to Pocky seems pretty reasonable to me as like A minus.
You're right.
Yeah,
I
to me,
just
that's
this
where-
set
that's
this
exactly
set I
where
have not
put
been
him.
impressed. That's all. And I'm just short-sighted.
Not been impressed. Are you like? Why are you more impressed by the bottom of A, like Bosso and Pocky?
Well, I think Pocky nearly almost won the first event and had
That's
a really
true.
good second event as well. But obviously the third one didn't go his way. And yeah. That's my reasoning. So you does everybody agree? Bottom of A?
I would put CMB above Bosso and Pocky. I think. I think that guy's like a
Wait.
super demon.
But what does
On the
A
conversion.
tier mean? I feel like it's problematic that we have more people in A tier than B tier.
I mean, the obvious solution here is you just have to send Pocky to top of B. Like, I think that's just how it goes. That's what. If you think those players are all better than him and they all belong in A, then you have to say Pocky no longer belongs in A.
Okay, like A tier is like the consistent tier
You're
one
killing
players,
Gangly.
which
You're killing
by definition they're like we've got the people like these are almost it's almost list for list the people who made the top cut of TPC playing against the best people in the entire set, right? Basically, that's basically what A is.
Yeah.
And like anyone who, if you put anyone in B tier into A, you would expect them to be able to hold it for the next set and hold a top 16 spot at regionals as well. Like top, it's literally top half of regionals is how we have A. Like our A is top half of regionals basically, and it's not the middle of B and upwards essentially. That's what my understanding of it is, and that is, I think, a more elegant understanding than like, oh yeah, B is the average of the field. Like you have a clump around the average. I think it's easier to do like a top half, bottom half split, and unfortunately, the top half is AE and above.
Yep. I mean, I think it's also there's like an optics thing too of like when you're just grouping players that, like I would not put Pocky in the same grouping of players as the rest of our players in B.
Sure,
even if I do think that like if we're just trying to group it numerically, he would end up in B.
Okay, then I think you need to move
some
of the brothers down. I think you would literally, to do it the way you want it, you would move like half of, like 2 or 3 players from B down and then half of C down. I think is what you would do, which I think makes sense.
I mean, I also we can get to we're on A or are we on B? I forget what tier we're even.
We were talking about Pocky. We were talking about high B, low A.
Yeah. And chat, these tiers are not in order yet. They're just people putting in tiers.
That I was gonna say, we have not ordered the B tier specifically.
Yeah.
But Wigwugg is better than Soju.
We're getting there. Well, you said it, not me, man.
Anyway, okay. So.
I hate that Pocky is in B. I'm gonna say that. I'm not gonna fight it anymore. But I mean, I think Pocky is like way
I'm
too
down to
good
moving people down. Like if for the
I just don't know who.
The reasonability of our tier list, we move like myself down. I think it makes sense. Like I'm pretty sure it makes sense. Like if I were to look at
I think Shaco's better than me. I think so.
Yeah, I think Shaco's better than me too.
Very quickly.
I think you move some combination of like. Literally like me down to C, and then you can figure it out from there. And then with the A tier, I think.
I think I'm very close to Spencer right now from what I've seen, and I
think Spencer's close to us too.
So.
Yeah, I think Spencer's close to us too, top of C, I think.
Crazy Cat right above Soju. That one's fire, bro.
Whoa,
yeah,
bro!
Are you sure about that?
I mean,
I know you guys are really hot on Crazy Cat. I respect it. I love it.
I wouldn't.
It does not look right to me. Okay. Also, I think because people are talking about it in chat, we should just lock in. Well, I'm saying people. It's Dehua. Robin gets the legacy A tier, right? Like,
I mean, Robin's probably realistically like, it's probably like this A tier, like that, something like this, or even like.
I'm putting Quint 6th overall, I believe, maybe 7th overall.
This guy, yeah.
It's Quint or me. I'm pretty sure Quint and me first, and Marcel are the next 3, and I would have them above Dish and Setsi for this set or for going into this regionals. I would put Dish and Setsi probably around A, but I would put them there.
So like, you guys would do this.
We value recent performance and like. Yeah, recent performance, I'm pretty sure, and like and I test on consistency.
Gangly, you okay?
I think we actually might kill Gangly this podcast.
Yeah,
he might have to go to the hospital before his wife does.
No, like the guys are good, and the guys were good in those sets. I would have ranked them higher in those sets, probably for sure.
What is this like 1v9 podcast, man? Like I can't.
Like if your S tier is like I would so like what's the chance of someone making world? It's like about it's a third of the field, right? It's about 30-ish%, right? And who do you think has like 50 plus 60 plus of going top 10 making to worlds? That's probably your S tier, I think. And I think like the people who have done that every cup in the TPC for 3 cups in a row deserve to have like those higher placements.
Okay. I think this is primarily stemming from like the difference that we see. It really is just stemming from I have a different starting place for a lot of these players than you guys. Like your top players, you're playing with them, you're watching them way more.
It's true. It's true.
But and the reality is, like, when I'm looking at these players and making a power ranking, I have a certain starting spot that stems from their career statistics. And then from there, a certain number of steps that I'm willing to move them up or down based off that starting spot. I
feel like your starting spots are underrated for at least some of these players. Based on like I've casted like the last like two sets worth of tournaments. I've seen these guys play, and at the top tier, it's like I think like the starting point for like me first, Quint, Marcel, CMB like are underrated. I think.
Okay. I mean, Jack and I were talking about this earlier, actually, that like Quinta or Quint. Do we have an official pronunciation, like what we're supposed to call him?
Quintanilla or Quint? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Quint is English.
Quint in the last like 2 sets went from. I mean, I talked about this last set where like the crazy thing about Quintanilla was that his day-to-day performances were super volatile, right? Where like he had one of the highest. I wish I had like an actual number to like give you, but if you look at his Liquipedia, you'll see for yourself. The main thing was like he would have really strong performances one day, and then I'm talking like bottom 2, bottom 3 flameouts in the next. And it's to the point where it didn't feel like it's just like variance. It's how likely is this person to just completely flame out on a day?
Wait, I want to say something about that. Like really important. Based on the way that the TPC structured, that is very, very likely due to the results of 2 games. If you play like rather greedy and like your placements are like 75% top 2 or bot 2, if 4 games go well, you're giga through and you're in a really good spot for the rest of the tournament. If 4 games go badly, you're cut. You're truly just cut in that format. And I think like that playstyle, like that's a playstyle that I try to avoid, but some people play rather greedy and are good at those playstyles and they get punished in tournament for consistency like that. The true demon is if you can like play that way and also mitigate your losses, but that would be an explanation for why tournaments go like that, at least the way I see it. Like I think there's a lot of like middling variance in TFT that people kind of don't see, and I think that it's like really that's like important to understand. I think
if it was solely in TPC, I think I would agree with you, but it was something that extended to far beyond TPC, further past in other tournament results, but it was exemplified in TPC as well, right? It's like he had multiple times where he made it to final day and he flamed out in what was like 3 different final lobbies. That said, I was setting this up to say I don't think that that's the case of him anymore. I actually think he's significantly better than how I thought he was last set. And this list right now where he's 7th, I actually think is very reasonable. So I don't know if like even if you're saying 7th is too low of a starting point, but if you told me like, hey, this guy is top 7, top 8, top 10, those all sound super reasonable to me. I don't think I am ready to say that he's top 5 in the region though. That seems a little tough.
Sure, I think it's fair.
Okay.
I
don't even know where to go from here.
Dehua on for 5 minutes or what? I think Dehua
we give him a timer.
Do
you want to give him 5 minutes?
Put the timer on the screen. Yeah,
give him exactly 5 minutes.
Let's do it.
5.
We were originally gonna have Dehua on, but he just got home from some kind of trip, so he wasn't here for when we started. But he's gonna take his 5 minutes.
I don't even know how. Okay.
All right. The chat is not a fan of this one, but I think it'll be exciting, guys. And that's
this guy gets 5 minutes.
Start the timer. Start the clock.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Hello?
Okay, ready?
Not yet.
Ready, set, go.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, how are we just consistently over, like, we're just sitting here, like, Gangly and, like, CLE just picks his favorites from the start of the set because he just thinks Crazy Cat is, like, really overrated, even though he goes, like, 28th in TPC, and then, like, okay, he makes week 2, right? Yeah, but does that mean he's the same tier as Soju who's made 4 final lobbies? I don't think so. Like, I mean, you remove the name tags, like, what have Setsuko and Dish Soap done that makes them better than Robin songs? Past 2-3 sets. What have they done? Can someone tell me? The answer is nothing.
One of them, I can tell you.
What? What is it? Yes, we can pretend that ladder matters when no one gives a fuck, bro.
I would be begging to know who it is.
Nobody fucking cares about ladder, man. Bro, we're in a ladder environment.
If I was a Masters player, I would also say that, Dehua. Don't worry.
Yes, bro. Like, come on. Let's be real, bro. Wigwugg, you're the second best. You're the best player in NA, bro. You're rank 1. Cheers, bro. Nobody believes that. Nobody believes that, man. Nobody's putting you there, bro. You're a fucking beast, right? Bro. So, yo, my bad. I'm outside. I just got back. But it's just like we're just sitting here, like we gotta take the name tags off. Why is Robin? Robin has been the best player in NA the past 3 sets. Like, why is he in A tier? Like, it's not like his 20 results this set are even bad, right? Like Cambly, right? Like, what has Cambly done that makes him worse than Dish Soap? Can someone explain? The past couple sets. Past couple sets. What has he done? Past 2 sets, right? Like, you look at it, it's like I don't know, like, what has Setsuko done? I don't know, like, okay, we just pretend ladder sets matter, like, but like the guy wins one TPC game the whole set, right? Like, I don't know. Like, and then like I just feel like we're just sitting here like we're throwing darts on like the players that we like or we don't like when we're not like actually like come on, like, let's be real. How many of you guys have watched like half of the players besides Broseph?
I think that's about how many I've watched.
I watched a lot of this stuff, dude.
Are you sure, man? Like,
not
you're the people
me.
evaluate,
Oh, yeah.
bro. Okay, absolutely no flame, but like if
I mean, but like you, like I don't think that you guys are at the level to like actually be like, you can look at the 20 stats and make good decisions, but like I think it's really hard even at like I don't know, like at a mid chow level to make these decisions and think like, are the players making the correct decisions? Like, if you watched Jose Deleted play week 1, you would think this guy is a top NA player. Like, we were talking with Gobo, he's like, this guy has played extremely well. He's playing his line selections incredibly well, right? But if you look at stats, like, I mean, obviously you wouldn't like but it's like really hard to tell, right? Unless you like really practice the patch, you really like play the patch, right? Which, like, I don't know, like, no offense, I don't think you guys have done, right? But like, we're like, I don't know. So like, if you're going to go by historical stats, right? Like, and personally, my barometer is past 3 sets, right? Like 2 to 3 sets. But maybe I'm fucking biased because that's what I've been playing, right? TPC and
those are his
regionals.
best 2 sets. Yep.
Right? Like so maybe that's true, but like I mean, I think recency matters like a lot in a game like TFT, right? Like, it matters like how much you inform. Like, and even if you go back, like, why is Robin and Soju just in these like low ass tiers when they're incredibly consistent cup to cup?
Wait, hold on.
Well,
You're saying historically Robin and Soju are consistent, correct?
Yeah.
2-3 sets, past 2-3 sets is what he's saying.
No, they are historically consistent.
Sure, that's also true.
They're
That's also true.
recently consistent.
Yes,
yet
they're
they're in
both.
fucking dog shit tiers. It doesn't make any sense, right? Like,
I mean,
how can you rate Soju? He's been to 4 final lobbies out of 6.
Then how are you putting Dish Soap and Setsuko down? Because they're some of the most consistent players of all time.
No, they're not. Okay.
Yes, they
but you know,
are.
yeah, Robin is the most consistent player of all time. We can agree. While also being the best
He's very
NA
good.
player the past 3 to 4 sets, right? So how can he be anything lower than S tier? Can you explain that to me? How can he be anything lower than S tier? When he probably is placed, when I think he has more QP than Bishop, Dish Soap the past 2 sets, while also making it to both the worlds, right? While also winning multiple, like winning regionals, right? Like, historically, right? Like, and I'm not saying Dish Soap should be anywhere lower than A. Just to be clear, like, I still respect like the fact that he's won 2 worlds, right? But like, you take the name tags off the past 2 sets, like I mean, I don't know.
You got 15 seconds.
All right, anyways, I'm out of here. My lift's here.
All right.
I gotta go home. Yep.
that was
Bye.
good timing.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, a lot to talk about off that one.
I mean, okay, so I feel like I agree with a lot of what he said, and it didn't change my opinion at all. Like, Robin is definitely one of the best players of all time from North America. There's no doubt about that. And Soju has been very consistent over the last few sets. Those are true, but also at the same time, like, Dish Open, Wage Iverson, and Setsuko all have almost a full half placement AVP improvement over Soju all time. Like, if you're just looking at career, like, consistency, longevity between those players.
Okay, what about the guys in between? I think he agrees with that. I think he agrees that he should be
I mean,
near
Robin
that
is it's basically like it's like Soju is like all time 4.3, 4.4. Robin is like 4.1, 4.2, and then you have Wage and Iverson, Disho, Setsuko, who are all this like 3.8 to 3.9. So like yes, Robin's accolades are it's probably the largest mismatch in terms of someone whose results are not met with the amount of respect to like match those results. I still don't think that the trophy case from Robin Songs is enough for me to give him enough like historical leverage to match that of Dish Soap and Setsuko. I think the fact that these three players of Weijin Dish and Setsuko being the only players in the history of the game to maintain a sub 4.0 AVP over, you know, what, 400 to 600 competitive games is like so insane. And I know people are saying like, who cares about all-time AVP? I think it's crazy to not care about all-time AVP. Yes, like what does it say about like it's not prescriptive. It's not going to tell us the future. But what it tells us more than anything else is that these guys are like able to learn the game better than anybody else. And on top of that, it means that they're able to perform in tournament, perform like themselves better than other people on average. Like being able to perform on the day of tournament is not a skill set that you can undervalue. Like there are plenty of players in this field that I would say are probably much better players on ladder than it is than the ratings we're giving them. But the reality is like they haven't been able to showcase a level of consistency that the top end of the field has. And like I don't think that Weijin Dish and Setsuko have had strong results because they're luckier than other players in the field. Like obviously there's something worth holding on to.
For the record, I feel like Soju's at least somewhere higher in B. He's just next
I think
to
we
Crazy
should
Cat
tier
just
some
for-
of. I think we should, I think we should tier some of like half of B down, and then tier some of C down, and then tier some of A down. I think that's fair.
Okay.
Okay, let's take everyone down. I'm in.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's do it. So okay.
I would put me,
Ego-
Spencer, and Wigwugg down.
Okay. In this order?
I wanted the Crazy Cat of Soju for the content, and we are now getting it in the chat.
I think we're gonna move Crazy Cat down too. I think.
The bait worked. Fucking go.
Okay. Who's going down to D? Ego is not going down to D. I
Wait,
can't.
what?
You think so?
That's not even close to being in the conversation, right? Are we?
Yeah, right. Okay.
Ego is a beast.
I think if you judged on recent performance and current form, I think it's in the conversation. That's what I think. Compared to
I'll take your word for it for sure. I mean, obviously this guy can
good.
be incredible. Yeah.
I think he was actually very lucky to make it. I think he had some insane in the last to make it in. I think he was supposed to be dead a long time ago that game.
Okay, so are you guys willing to put Kai Wang in D?
If
we come full circle,
I will respect Gangly's passion and honesty today, and I will let him move Kaiwang to D.
Okay, who else is going in D?
I just sent Ready and Ladder Slayer from the bottom. Sounds fine to me. Someone has to go.
And then, then what? Who we put? Jeez.
Well, it's not anything bad for them. It's a relative tier list, right? Like who is in the Soju, Shaco, Darthnu, Pocky tier? They all got arguments for themselves, right?
I mean, if I would be fine if you guys seem to be pretty high on first or eighth, right? Like you feel good about where he is in the list right now.
I think so.
I think Broseph's the biggest champion for him to be like above these other names. I would put him probably.
I'm valuing form and recent performance more than those are like my number 1 and 2 criteria. Because
I would
this set is this set,
A
right?
tier.
Yeah.
I would end A tier after Prestivan if we're trying to make A tier smaller.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
I think Prestivan. Man.
I think Shaco should be higher. Actually, I think Shaco should be higher, and I think that looks pretty reasonable to me.
Really?
Yeah.
This feels
really
so bad.
I
think I would. A whole new set of
I would
with
actually
these
have.
changes.
No, I like Last World. Like I'm also taking into it's like Last Worlds, Last Regionals, last if TPC if they were in it, basically.
I mean, but then shouldn't Soju be much higher then? Like
for last
set?
Like, yeah, probably yeah.
You know, based on that, I feel like you could put Soju right after.
Like I feel like he's
maybe,
actually
or like
comparable in
around
performance
Bosso.
to Precedent. Like he's actually his performance twin, I think. right? Like I don't know what
I mean,
I don't know what
better.
is significantly
He's
different.
done better than
between-
Precedent in tournaments.
Yeah,
Yeah, he has done better.
In tournaments, he's done better. Yeah.
But I think like if we're that's where you kind of the question of like how far
Like,
back do you want to go?
Yeah,
right? 'Cause obviously
CMB wasn't
Precedent-
in TPC, but he did the best at Worlds in the last set. He's done a little bit. I think we can check the point.
No,
He's very close this set as well in TPC, right? To Precedent and Soju.
Yeah. No, CMB did very well in pro points. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like
I feel like I put Prestivan above Soju though.
yeah, Soju's currently
Also-
asking in the chat to see if he can get a Valorant stack right now. Or
Mm. Also, shouldn't Shaco be below both Pocky and Darth?
why?
I mean,
The guy went number
Darth.
2 regionals, Worlds, and then he did
We're back to
better
rating the
than both.
Brazilians. Right?
Yeah, better than both in this TPC.
Yeah.
oh, wait, did he? Did he do better
Did he?
than both?
It's
of these?
close. Was he
Wait,
lower? He might
Can't
be a little
remember.
bit lower.
I have to look.
Hold on.
I know Darth is
got it.
last in. And I don't think Pocky's that high unless I'm wrong.
Oh, actually, yeah,
I could be
Shaco
wrong.
did better than I. Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually didn't realize. He did very well. 9th, 10th, 18th.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are very, very, very.
That's very, very good. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm down. I mean, I'd be cool putting Pocky over.
I mean,
Pocky over Shaco. How did he do the set again? I might be underrepresenting your boy.
He had one really bad tournament. and
Yeah.
then
Okay.
The two
Like top 12 each, top 10 each.
it was second, 7th, 32nd. So he went dead
That's
last
quite
and
good.
second,
That's
7th.
very good. It's tough. It's tough. Like
And it's also Pocky. It's like
yeah.
you have to at
The guy-
some point
he-
you do have
he
to like
also-
pay
he also
respect
just
to the
hit-
name.
He also just hit rank 1 on live actually, but I don't know
he
who he's
did.
playing.
Yeah. Would you put Pocky over either of these guys?
Me?
Yeah.
He would. Gangly would for sure. Oh, no, he would. I thought Gangly would for sure.
I mean, I like
Wait, I feel like Pocky's done better than Bosso skills then. I would put him over Bosso skills.
it really just comes down to whether or not like how much weight you put into having one bad tournament, right? Like, do you really care if someone goes 32nd? I feel like if you have a bad tournament and go dead last, I'm more willing to throw it out.
Wait, it doesn't.
You know what I
feel
mean?
Like, I feel like going dead last doesn't even really. Does that matter? Like you get like it's usually very close at the bottom. It's like something between like 15, like 3 points diff across 6 games. At the bottom, like makes you dead last versus like close to dead last. And then it's like
Yeah.
another 4 or 5 points between like advancing to the next day usually.
Dude, why do I feel
I
like
mean,
he's here?
here's the thing. If someone just asked me, like, gut response, is Pocky better than Bosso? I'd say yes. Is Pocky better than
Yeah, that's
CMB?
fair.
I'd say yes. Is Pocky better than Soju? I would say yes. Is Pocky better than Precedent? I would say probably not, but Pocky's a beast.
Yeah. No, I think Kai Wang's our boy and Pocky's your boy, bro.
Yeah.
Like
So-
we see more of the things he does well and like the parts where he is very good, right?
Oh,
I think
dude.
one name that a lot of the arguments, like, there's been a lot of arguments for like what to value and what not to value. One name that has kind of danced around has been Gangly, in my opinion, given that he's coming from that week 1 here. I think if we're talking about all these players who we think are so good, like, do you guys think Gangly should be further up or further down? Because I feel like you're moving a lot of players around him a lot, but you haven't touched him either way.
Yeah.
Do you guys
I mean,
have
the
thoughts?
problem is he's done bad recently, but he did very well before. Like before that, he did very like top 2 or 3
It
performance
was
wise.
like
in NA.
five
Yeah.
straight sets of
Yeah.
him being top 3 performers.
So do you think what Me First Wraith has done this set individually is enough for you to be willing to put Me First Wraith above him? Is what I
I'm
think.
okay-
I think
I'm
Me
okay
First Wraith
moving
can
him
be
down,
below
actually.
Robin and Cam.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair. Yeah,
I'm cool
he's
with
got
that.
some to prove, but he's done well so far.
I mean, I feel like at that point though, wouldn't you just put him below Preston as well? Preston's been like a little bit quieter, but has not had a bad result in I don't even know how long, and also has
Yeah.
had some of the highest peaks in NA.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is fair.
Also, my wife is texting me. She just said Robin songs in A is criminal.
She
So-
agreed with Dehua. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know.
A Dehua supporter.
I guess she's watching. Hey, question. If we make, and I know I'm against this idea. If we
Okay,
make
I think
Wasian Iverson tier, does it change S tier?
No.
Not really. I mean, I'm already imagining Wasian tier already in my mind when I look at this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You're making a Wasian tier?
Nah.
Wait,
I'm not going to.
My wife just texted me and just said, "LMAO, why isn't Kai Wang dead last?" What?
What?
your wife's like,
That's crazy.
on the way to
That's
give birth to your third kid, and she's just texting you that one. That would be
Yeah.
fire.
Okay. Okay. Did we order D tier looks? Are we good with D tier? It's done?
I would personally move Kai Wang, but again, I'm giving Gangly this point for him. You can have that one,
Gangly,
boss.
where does Kai Wang go in this tier?
I'm down for Kai Wang to be the top of D tier.
Okay.
I would, yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
Okay. He's being disrespected, and it's fine. C
Just
tier.
rewind, man. Go back like an hour and a half. We had a very
so
long
long ago.
conversation about it.
Okay. C tier. The order here is not
I think-
right.
I think a lot of chat, especially any Brazilian chatters, would tear us apart for ego here.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think both of these guys.
Put him up in tier or what? Up in tier. yeah?
No, like up
Both?
in C.
Yeah, up in the tier. Yeah. No, up within the tier. Yeah.
Yeah, where
No,
though?
How far up? Yeah.
okay. I feel
All right,
like Spencer
honestly,
should be
I
above
think
Crazy
he's close
Cat.
to like Spencer, Crazy Cat, and I. So somewhere in there is chill with me.
Like,
I want to give the caveat that if a single Brazilian told me that Ego is in peak form, I would put him in like this. I mean, well, hold on. I guess peak form's not fair. But if someone told me like, no, Ego's a beast right now, even without having strong results the last two sets, I would put him like middle of B. I just want to give that asterisk.
okay, but where? Okay,
But I don't know how good he is. I have no clue how good he is right now.
I don't know, man. David Ace down here feels bad too because of.
Wait, why does it feel bad to have David
No,
there?
but it's just like a betting odds thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like it's fine to have David there. I would probably. I think I would personally put Ego at the top of C. Also,
Okay.
I know Crazy Cat is a beast and all that, but like, is he?
no, you should move him. You should probably
like,
move him down some amount.
I would
He's
leave him there,
probably
but you guys should
supposed
move
to
him
go
down.
down a little bit, right?
Like right there.
Sure.
Like, I mean, okay, hold on. Maybe I did Crazy Cat do that well in TPC? Like he didn't, right? He didn't do
No, he
that
did,
well.
he did not.
He did.
Okay.
Wait, is he not?
23rd, 14th, 31st. Can we? Okay. All right.
But that's among the best. Like that's among the. I'm pretty sure that's. I think I did better than him in TPC.
Yeah,
In
okay.
2014, actually.
I'm pretty sure that if we're I think Crazy Cat is awesome. I love that he's playing weird stuff. I think that's really cool. I feel like it's not very fair for him to be any higher than like the bottom of C. And even then, like, shouldn't he be in D? Like, has he accomplished it? Like, if Kai Wang is our D tier gatekeeper, am I actually trying to say that I think Kai Wang is going to get outperformed by Crazy Cat? I don't think.
I mean, he actually gets giga punished by playing for being like a comp player, but not the best comp player for a long time. You know, like if you make it a cup and then do bad, like the worst player in Gangly's eyes on the entire list is someone who always makes cups and always goes dead last for 20 sets. That's the worst player in Gangly's eyes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Dude, I don't.
All right, I'm just gonna say my opinion, and you guys
did he
can
do
decide.
better than?
I don't care. I'm just gonna say I think Crazy Cat should be like in between Reddy and JRC. But I don't have a super strong opinion on him. I'm going solely based off of the fact that he's a GM player who did not perform well in the TPC.
You know what?
And he earned his spot here.
I think Ladder Slayer is he earned a spot on the tier list. He didn't earn a spot like significantly higher than like a lot of the bottom 8 players. I think for sure. I agree with. I think Ladder Slayer did better than him in the TPC for sure.
And David Ace did too,
I think
right?
it was pretty close.
Yeah. David and Ladder both did better. I think we can double check, but
Let me check pro points.
Okay, now his D tier is full, bro. we went from, like, we went from no one in this. No, this is reverse inflation.
Finally, we can bring Kaiwing back up. That was the plan all along.
Yeah.
Okay,
that was
so,
important for the narrative. I want to see the apology for him after regionals from Gangly. So
for clarity, Ladder Slayer was 18th in pro points and Crazy Cat was 28th.
Yeah, Ladder Slayer.
Yeah,
did
I'm
well.
down to move Ladder Slayer up.
Yeah, Ladder's better than that. I think. Yeah,
up a little bit. So I
Here
feel like
or
I actually did not watch his games this
He should be
set, but I
C.
was fairly impressed last set.
I think Ladder should be C. I think Ladder Slayer is better than BBBW in my opinion.
I think it's close. I would believe he's better.
Does
All right, this looks
BBBW move
reasonable.
down? I think this is better.
Would you put Ladder Slayer over David? I think I would.
I would personally. I mean, I was not impressed with David as much this set as I was last set. I felt he had a much cleaner read going into regionals last set, and it showed. So,
Does anyone move back up to this B tier? I don't think so. I think this is looking.
The B tier.
I think this is looking better.
Yeah.
I think we're close.
Yeah, I think this is pretty reasonable.
chat, can you flame us for something on here? Yeah, let's see who's upset with our current list.
Can you fix top of list?
Top
Everybody's
of list.
upset
It's
with
probably,
this.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone probably wants. My guess is that people want Marcel and S and
And
like,
Robin and S.
No. They want
Rob.
Robin and S, bro. They want Rob.
They want Robin S. I see. How much is Robin playing right now?
He's playing
wouldn't
ladder
change-
a lot.
It wouldn't change my my ranking of him. I don't think.
He's
but-
prepping how he always preps.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
What do you
Jack,
gotta
we
do
did
to
put
be S
Robin.
tier?
We put Robin S tier at Tac Crown last set in our,
We sure
in our
did.
tier list with Clement and Panda. We fought for that.
And Frodan's telling us
And
he's a
here we
Rek'Sai
are-
player, which I think is cool.
The Rek'Sai is some truly secret, forbidden knowledge. There are very few who are aware. So.
Oh no, he's
Oh,
talking
Rek'Sai
about
Rift-
Rift. He's
He's
talking about
Riftbound,
Riftbound.
bro.
That's
He's
Riftbound.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna say that unit is very, very unimpressive.
I mean, a part of me does feel like we are feeding into everything that we fought against for a while. Like, we have talked about how Robin is underrated compared to his results.
He's eighth. He's eighth on this list.
Yeah, 8th makes it to world. Like, just to be clear, like, if you cut top like 9 or 10, this is who you're guessing goes to worlds, and I think that's pretty reasonable.
Okay, you know what?
I'm pulling up our power rankings. Hold on.
If I feel like I don't think I'm actually being very consistent with my rankings. If I am not fighting for Robin to
Because
be S tier,
we're mixing like 4 different people's like
criteria
frameworks of how you rank people together, and then
Yeah.
we're getting the average.
Look at this.
The actual logic everywhere. The actual logic everywhere is not actually going to be consistent, and there's going to be a lot that you critique or nitpick.
This is our last power rankings. The players and a few select analysts put Robin in 14th.
which is wild that like he's 7th in pro points.
Yeah,
Am I
he did
missing something?
quite well with the last one, right? I think
I mean, again,
didn't a lot of them come from the last cup.
Chunnington's 11th here right now, just to
Yeah.
be clear. So
Yeah,
Yeah, but also Chunnington started at like 29th or something or 30th.
This is
so, like,
this is
him,
going into the
him
last
being
cup.
11th. Oh, it's before the cup.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you give the same argument I was giving of like you're starting with a baseline of these players and then moving them a certain number of steps, like Robin's baseline should be at the bottom of S tier, and then he ended up 7th in pro points. That's like a very reasonable result to maintain S tier status. But
how many should be in S tier? Like, what is S tier?
right, that's the
like,
problem. I mean, what really throws it off, this is what it is. If Chunnington and Michael did not have
Yes,
the
yes, that's the
exact
issue.
sets that
Yes.
they had,
yeah.
they would not be S tier and Robin would be S tier. Like, I think that's really what it is. It's like Chunnington and Mike Hell having these results that were so far and above every other region's 2 and 3 in the region is throwing off everything. I am personally down to rate Robin over Quinta and Marcel for what it's worth. Like I do think I think that would probably be more accurate.
You're putting Robin here?
How is Setsuko set?
It was actually
Worse than
not as bad as
Robin's,
you think
right?
it is, but it's not.
Well, not bad. I know it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
bad. I know it's a good set.
Not
I think you
ninth
could
in
do a
pro
little
points.
swap.
Dude, I think Marcel's higher than Robin, though.
What? Are you sure about that one?
Have you looked at Marcel's set?
Yeah, he
This
did
guy's
better
fourth in
this
pro
set.
points. Yes.
Yeah,
Two
he did
really good sets back to back.
He was
right?
weaker in the previous worlds, and
Okay.
he was weaker he was much weaker across the TPCs, but he did win one of them last set. So yeah, I don't know. They both won one last set. Robin did better on average, and he did.
I mean, I think Robin should be.
No, I need
above
this Robin.
Marcel.
No. Over who? Over who? Is it over
I think
anyone,
there's
or
like
just
the
you
S
just
could have more or no?
Because I know Gangly and CLE do not want to put 8 people in tier. Low key, you can have a 10-person S tier because that. Or how many people go to Worlds? Is it 8 or 9?
Yeah, I was gonna say, who do you believe is gonna go to Worlds? That's who you should.
That's what this
you
is.
should move up if you think anyone.
Wait, well, if it's who do you believe will go to Worlds, then it's actually 10, right? Or no, wait.
Is
Sorry,
it
I mean,
10?
who's the favorite to go to Worlds? Like, would you
Well,
be more surprised if
it's
Robin
9.
misses Worlds or Marcel misses
Oh,
Worlds?
9,
That is what I will ask you.
Sorry, say it again.
Would you be more surprised if Marcel misses Worlds or Robin misses Worlds?
I
think
would
Marcel.
be more surprised. I feel like surprise is like a tough word, but like probably Robin. I would be less surprised if Robin made Worlds than Marcel.
That's
Right.
not the question.
In that case, I think you could defend moving Robin to bottom of S then, or
Well, no, he would put them both. He would put one of them, or he would just keep them in this order.
You doing this?
Wait, no. I'm saying Robin over Marcel. I might have said that backwards by accident.
Oh, he
I'm
said
saying-
it backwards. Okay. He would
Yeah,
do
I
this.
might have said it backwards.
No, dude.
If we're putting that many people in S, dude, that's too many people in S. Ah, man. Listen, I'm down to say let's just accept that Michael and Chunnington having incredible sets threw off the entire.
It just gives them that, right?
Yeah, and we just say Robin top of A, Marcel and Robin are swapped, and call it.
Sure.
this seems good enough to be somewhat accurate, but also bad enough to get good interactions on Twitter. So I'm pretty happy with this.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Also, if Weijin does have his own tier, Robin becomes S tier, right? Because then we have like one extra slot. And S tier.
That
tier doesn't
that
count.
actually
what I'm
makes
saying.
it look nicer. Wait, can we just
Okay.
add a Weijin tier? Like then you can actually.
There we go. I mean,
Problem
we all knew
solved.
this tier was here already. We just weren't showing it.
Wait, what?
Eh?
You did delete that one. You did delete the top one.
Oh, that's
Oh,
our
it
S
did-
tier. We still
it
need
did
Oh,
make
No,
it
that's
another
renamed
Weijin.
it. Oh,
I don't know why I did
What
that.
did you do?
I thought I did that right.
and
And then you
move
guys
Robin
are
up.
doing this?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that looks pretty good to me.
Guys, I said this like an hour ago.
I'm in.
Okay, wait. So
Dude,
For anything
putting Robin
else-
over Marcel is... It's fine.
I think, for the record, I would bet on Marcel doing better than Robin in this tour. I think he studied the patch like probably more than. Unfortunately, like I'm happy for Robin. He's been touching some grass and like playing some Riftbound. Marcel has been nonstop locked in for the last like 3 weeks, like turbo locked in. But I
Okay,
studied
but
with the
also,
guy.
isn't it like every tournament Robin has ever entered, someone has always believed that someone else was going to do better than Robin, and then Robin just shows up and is a beast anyway. That's like
Okay.
his entire story since set 3.
Okay. Who would you say you'd be more surprised if they miss Worlds? Marcel or Setsuko?
I prefer Marcel as a player right now. I think with World Odds, I would. Quite honestly,
but-
I'm a big Marcel Glazer. I'll say.
I feel
Me
like
too,
we've
but
we've
doesn't-
already
yeah.
acknowledged that like Setsuko's placement in S is largely rooted in legacy, and that's okay, right? Like,
But is that legacy?
Is it
If that
okay?
legacy doesn't make us think he's gonna make worlds, then we can't put him
No,
as. But I still think I feel like he's the only player where I'm willing to say his ladder performance is independently a monumental swing for me. Where I'm like, 1900 LP is just like not a reasonable number to have on NA. I feel like I think there are very few players in TPC who can like just chill out around 1900 LP for fun, like the entire set. So, like to me, it's very impressive, and he can't be slacking off that hard. Like I know he's farming noobs on ladder, like especially compared to him, but at the end of the day, that's a lot of LP.
Okay, knowing what I know, it's like Marcel S and then Setsuko A. Knowing what I know.
That was what I was pitching with that question.
All right, I'm in. Now you just put him and figure out if he goes over
I'm
Robin
fine
or not.
with that.
And I would put him over Robin.
I think it's very close. That's the thing. I think that it's incredibly close. So.
Big three Glazers are quaking, but
oh,
Is this allowed?
is this allowed? I don't think so.
I don't like how the list looks now. Like the shape
Yeah,
of it.
it just doesn't
makes me
look right.
unhappy.
You're right. You're so right.
Look, I think Quint has like comparable cup results in the last two sets, and did he go to the last Worlds? No, but
who?
Quint went to the last
Yeah.
Worlds. not the
He's
one-
here.
Not the one before.
Yeah.
We
right?
summoned him, guys.
Wait, who do we summon?
Let's go in chat.
Wait, what's he? Where? What did he say? What did he say?
He just said ha 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 ha.
Oh, Robin changed his tune very quickly.
Oh, Robin, I see
Yeah,
how you are,
backtracking.
man.
Robin just wants everybody in S tier, I'm pretty sure.
No, Robin's like, I'd move everyone up.
Dude.
I mean,
You can do this. I think.
Wait,
you
can we,
do
how
this. I
about
think
we
it's
move?
okay.
Can we move someone up from B, someone up from A to fix the shape, and put Setsuya?
And then
I'll
put the
look for that.
D's. Yeah, move the D. Yeah, 6 in each. Yeah.
we're
fuck it.
Okay,
changing.
yeah.
We're Kaiway's going back to C.
We're playing for the shape of the tier list. This is important.
Wait, so Pocky's A. Wait, I'm actually. This is such a good trade. I'm so down. Pocky's
Yeah.
A, Kaiwing is C,
And
we
this is
move
good.
Someone from C up.
Good
Or
Twitter
no?
engagement for sure.
I mean, we can Soju. I think Soju B is good for engagement though. So we can move CMB up maybe.
Bro, I still feel like I think Marcel is good. I don't think Marcel is the 5th best player. I mean, everyone
He's
else
the 4th
is
best
straight
player.
You're in a
with it.
call with Marcel believers. That is your problem right now.
Yeah.
I'm not even biased, bro. I don't even.
Ugh. Yeah.
It's not an engagement tier list for the record. And also, the criteria for this is hard because we're trying to use recent form and legacy and put it in the form of you put all these guys in a tournament, who's going to make worlds? Like that's the question. And somebody like Dissoap, I could never, especially going into this regionals when he's been locked into it, there's no way you can ever put someone like Dissoap below S tier because of how he has performed in the past. No matter what
And the
form
other
he
thing is
has
that
been.
like this is a regionals competition, right? And
Yes.
that's like kind of different.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. We've talked about this a lot on the podcast where, like we talk about like what are the 3 ways to get an edge in tournament. The first is like being a better player than other people. The second is having a better meta read, and the third is just being able to play on the day of competition. Like that is an actual edge, right? Like just being able to play in tournament is a legitimate thing. I don't know. I think that putting Robin and Setsuko this low is
This
I
low.
think
They're not low. They're not low.
I just think that I think they should be over Marcel. I think they should both be over Marcel. That's it.
Sure. Wait.
Overall,
I
I'm
think the skill game.
relatively.
I vote for I vote for this skill game. The guy's better prepped by a lot,
All
in my
right.
opinion.
I mean, Pocky's A tier, so I'm down to trade that. Like, I'm cool.
What?
I got.
Are we
I got
moving
most of the
anything else?
things I fought for.
Are we making
are
this
we
a
shifting
square?
a couple people up to fill in the tiers or no?
I'm just not seeing anyone. I
Does
want to,
Does
like,
anyone have
move.
someone in? someone
All
in B
right.
tier they want in A tier right now, or they think is like really good?
I mean, I feel like Wigwugg has done everything that he can do to make an argument for him being B tier.
We had the same thing last set, or I don't know if I was there, but it was like, I think for CMB, he did the best he possibly could in tier 2, and you couldn't put him much above like low B, because like
Yeah, like there's
you
only
didn't
so
get to
much
play against
confidence
the
you
best,
can have
right?
for like those types of results. Keep in mind, if I was like 4 points lower, then I would not be like the best in regionals. I would be like going like fourth or something, and to me, it's like a few points diff is truly nothing. Like that's just one game being dealt a slightly
actually
different hand,
truly
or like
nothing.
one
Bro,
player who can't take you out. Like it's really nothing to me. So I feel like I do belong top of C, bottom of B. I would put Ego right above B, I think, and I think I'd be okay with this list.
What do we think about this?
Yeah, it's chill.
I mean, I also
What's-
think Conda's better than
I mean-
Spencer, but I think Conda's a demon.
Does anyone know the form that Spencer's in?
It's okay.
He's
What
not
game,
at his best. I
what
don't
game is he
think.
playing right
'Cause
now?
He's
What
he's
game?
another one where obviously
League of
it's like-
Legends sometimes, like
Okay. So he's in Emily tier. Is that what we're saying?
he's in Emily. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I like
Might have
this.
to lock something like this in.
I like Wigwugg and B specifically.
Sure.
I'm-
go.
I'm
not
good.
allowed to glaze
I'm good.
myself.
Yeah,
We
I
locking
think
this?
I'm cool with it.
All right, I'm tweeting it out.
I think so.
I'm tweeting it out.
I think people like it. I think chat's into
It
it.
took a while, but I think we got there.
Yeah, we're like actually getting flamed so much less now than we were about 30 minutes ago.
No, 30 minutes ago there was a lot of flame.
I think they like people caught on to the passion that Dehua brought to the show. It infected chat. They all started speaking their minds. Also, I meant to keep a Jack opinion counter to.
I
to
gave
hold you
opinions.
accountable.
I gave opinions. Did I not?
You threw it at. You asked questions. You gave opinions.
No, he's got like 5 to 8
Shrouded.
opinions on the tier list, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Move Kaiwang up, or we kick Gangly.
We kick him.
But
Oh, no.
Dehua agreed
when
with me. The
when
most
Kaiwang
reasonable-
smurfs, there will be an apology form from
Yeah.
Gangly.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
exactly.
He's
I'm used
only
to
there
this.
because of Gangly. We all recognize this.
Well,
Yep,
it's crazy.
it's true.
This is the. I don't know how many, if any of you guys watched the episode where we had to apologize to Bobster and Cambly. We had to apologize to Cambly for doubting Bobster. Actually,
Mm.
it was. This is. I'm starting to get some callbacks.
I tweeted out the tier list and I said there's no notes allowed because it's completely correct. Agreed. All right, I guess we should finish the show because this is now our longest podcast. It's not even close. But I mean, you know, such is life. That was the regional finals tier list. Only took forever. Oh, my wife is happy, by the way, because Robin is not an A tier anymore. Just thought I'd give that update. This is the end of the set and also the end of the show. It is regional finals week 2, March 13th to the 15th. And we firmly believe that all these people we rate in this tier list, especially those in the top 8 to 9 to 10, will make it to the Tactician's crown, which is March 27th to the 29th. I'm so tired.
Wait, we should do another call out about the pre-show, Jack.
Oh, please do. Go for it.
Yeah, so if you guys are watching this before the games start on Friday, if you guys want to support our show, one of the best things you can do, go to the main broadcast before the games start. I think it's going to be, if games start at 4 p.m. ET, it's probably, I don't know, 3:30 ET or 3:15 around then. They're going to show a 30-minute podcast. For EMEA, it's myself and Panda, and for Americas, it's myself and Jack, where we just talk about the players, we talk about the format. Go to the main broadcast, watch that, engage in chat. It goes a long way with us being able to show Riot that people are engaged in that kind of content and they want to see more of it. So please support us as much as you can when Regionals comes around. That's going to be airing on Friday, only on day 1 of week 2, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think it's showing the others, right? Yeah.
Well, they did this past week, but it's fine. Another way to support us is to subscribe to our YouTube and any of the podcast platforms. We really appreciate all the support you guys can give that way, because we've been doing this for 2 sets now, and it is so incredibly fun to make the show and cover the competitive TFT scene and cover a little bit of the gap that was left by Don't Talk If You Don't Know, and be able to have guests on like Broseph and Wigwugg, who are... I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed having you guys on. You guys are a good yap. Yeah, it was good stuff. Broseph, anything else you want to say before we send you off to week 2 of regionals?
No, I'm all good. Best luck to everyone, and yeah, I'll catch you later.
Yeah, Wigwugg, welcome to Tier 1. I'm ready to see you dominate week 2 and make the TAC crown. That'd be so sick. Anything you want to say to all those out there?
Yeah, I mean, this patch is really fun, and I'm happy I get to play more of it, honestly. So, I don't want to say anything about like the competition or how I think I'll do, because that's just a way to jinx yourself. So, I'm out.
Oh, yeah, we'll just say it. Gangly, anything you want to say before you head off to the land of 2-star child?
Yeah, I just want to make it abundantly clear that I think Kai Wang is an incredible player. And nothing that I said in this podcast should reflect anything but that. I think he's phenomenal. I also stand by my opinion that Robin is more likely to make Worlds than Marcel, even though I think Marcel is also an absolute demon. And I'm happy that we got to move up Pocky up to A. But yeah, anyway, it's a bummer that I'm not going to be casting this set. It's obviously the least locked in I've been in TFT for a long time, but I have enjoyed the little vacation. Next set I'll be back in full force. But I'm going to be enjoying some time with family this week, any minute now, whenever my wife is able to give birth. Today's the due date, so we are just we're at the end zone.
Yes, we are. And I might have an exciting announcement of my own coming soon, but that'll be coming soon. Anyway, leaks. Thank you guys for watching the Rolldown. It is such a blast to be able to do this and do this live. That definitely enhanced the the whole experience for sure. Featuring Dehua, Crash Out, also whatever street noises were happening. So thank you for all of you for participating and for following along and supporting the show. We will see you guys on the pre-show for this week of the regional finals, and then the Tactician's Crown coming up shortly after. Thank you guys all for watching. We'll see you soon.